Oh, I was gonna
Fucking
say,
A.
went to a shooting range the other day for a
Welcome,
friend's
welcome.
birthdays.
All right, so we are all here to do one thing
What?
and one thing only. It is to
Cut
play
bitches anyway.
games and have fun because this is the time where we get to pull out our bullshit and make the most of it.
Well, someone just told us to stop, so we're not having fun anymore.
Well, you're gonna have fun in a second. Let me get through the fucking intros, jackass.
You would
I mean,
provide A. More
1001.
than anything.
Fucking, I will mute you for like 5 minutes so I can do my shit. Anyway, so, welcome everyone to Beyond Etheria Ashes. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Burn the Priest. With me today, of course, are our lovely individuals of Jenna, Blackburn, Rage, Stealth, Rexus, and of course, Cactus, the moist Duke of Desert Veggies. And we are here to step back into the brink and lead back into our party of heroes, of unforsaken individuals that have found themselves in quite a pickle. And so, to give us a little bit of a recap of what is going on, of where we left off, we found them in the town of Thurble. With the previous session, they came across a Haragon bard by the name of Freya, who had become framed for murder she did not commit. She told you of a missing person and you went to go find it. Once you did, you were then framed for the murder of her as she acted outside of her own conscience and tried to remove herself from this mortal coil. We started the following session with all of you trying to speak out against the guards, who you came to realize were a simply uneducated militia, and thus in turn simply threw you in jail to go through due process until they could find out what exactly had happened. Afterwards, you were approached by a man who looked like one of the guards, and he spoke to you simply in a voice that seemed dominating across the cell walls, and he told you of who he was. That he was one of the faces of the Blight Piper, this individual who has become responsible for the deaths that have occurred within Thurble as of late. He told you that ever since the Godfall, he's found that he's much better at creating chaos and sustaining it than being a part of the normal gears of a system that does not care. He was hunted for who he was, and thus in turn, he no longer cares for the general populace, as they were the ones who were ready to turn him in on a moment's notice for some spare coinage. And so in turn, he has found himself at the very bottom of the foundations of the societies that he has crawled through, and he wishes to simply tear them down, telling you that every time you pull something up, he will simply break it down further, and that he has finally found someone to dance with in this macabre act of violence and misdirection. So, with that, you continued forward. You were able to find what was going on, and he told you that at the strike of 6, someone who was threatened will die. Because as you got Lady Gilhart to the infirmary, she was being taken care of. You were then released from jail by the guards as they found that you had done no wrong, that the witness statements from the people in the street and Lady Gilhart herself vindicated you of what had occurred. And so then you came down to deciding of what you were going to do, as you now had two places you could go. There were two people who were threatened and two people to help. You had either Lady Gilhart at the infirmary or Freya at the tavern. The party split itself evenly across the lines and went to assist where they could. Okros, Warfrin, who was there towards the end, Lucifer, Ness's turret, and Aura went to watch over Freya and make sure that the tavern was secure. On the other end at the infirmary, we of course had Creed, Nez, and Nameless watching over Lady Gilhart. The two groups sat for a few hours as they found themselves at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the hours ticking by. Nothing existential occurred. At the tavern, it was relatively quiet. At the infirmary, it was the same, as they sat with Lady Gilchrist and spoke with her little bits at a time, Nameless making his way up to the rooftop to scope out to see what was exactly was going on. And then, of course, there was the issue of Nez going up the stairs. As he walked past someone, that the hairs on the back of his neck stood up. Nameless, coming back down to the ground floor, saw that he was sus, in the words of the children, and that something was off. They found him, and they found these crates that turned out to be large explosive ordnances. Specifically, 6 flasks of alchemist fire wrapped around smoke powder inside of a steel pipe. Something that would easily light a flame 150 feet radius and would just incinerate anything that was there. Upon finding the first one, Nez went right into action, knowing that he was going to have to try and disarm everything he could to buy the time of the party. As this ordnance was found, Nameless fired a shot in the middle of the infirmary to ensnare the suspicious individual, panicking those around them as Creed stepped forward and started escorting people out to make sure they left the building, as now there was another layer of difficulty to the situation they found themselves in. Bells began to ring as firefighters and apothecaries staging as EMTs started to roll towards the infirmary itself to help deal with whatever disaster may strike. The party in the tavern, hearing the bells, seeing the smoke, and seeing the possibility of danger, and knowing that Freya was safe, picked themselves up and ran as fast as they could. Inside the infirmary, it came down that once Okros arrived, that Nez, Nameless, and now the newly arriven Okros went to work. Nameless, having found all the locations of the devices, told Okros, who then helped him move the crates to Nez, as Nez expertly went through each and every device, disarming it, including the last one that had a booby trap built inside that he saw at the last second and stopped it from becoming a problem. All with only a few minutes to the chimes of 6 o'clock. With 1:30 left on the clock and the bombs disarmed, it seemed that the heroes were fruitful, except no one had heard anything from Creed. Fortunately for Creed, he went to check on Lady Gilchrist, who was looking not well. He went to look at her, and he couldn't tell if she was alive or asleep, and went to pick her up, and found that a wire trailed from her to the bed, where a lump sat underneath the small of her back. He went to move his foot away, and he felt something underneath his heel, something clack, something shift, and he knew that he had stepped on something that he shouldn't have. And now he was stuck, where he just stood silently and still while the party dealt with the ordnance they had come across. Once Nez had disarmed all the ordnance and Okros had moved them to the side, they all saw Creed standing there. Creed asked the party to just simply leave the building. He knew what was going to happen. He knew that nothing could save him from this point. Okros, Nameless, left the building, quickly making sure that everyone moved away and that the perimeter stayed secure. Making sure that Warfren and Yuri, who had been in and out, were also away from the possibility of the blast. Nez stayed and looked at Creed and made a split-second decision. Priming his legs and leaping himself forward, he shoulder-checked Creed behind gurneys that he had pulled down as he fell, shielding them from the blast. And as the fire began to creep towards the ordnance that he had disarmed, he now knew something else was going to occur. And he pulled Creed outside of the infirmary, through the window and into the grass, where the blast erupted, blowing out the rest of the windows and covering the infirmary in green ire aflame. Creed pulled himself together, stunned into silence, as the rest of the party rushed over to see Nez begin to pull himself up as a large patch of green fire had jumped onto his face as he was scratching at it, trying to smother it. Over the next few minutes, the party would work together to smother these flames as he is picked up by the apothecaries and brought to the hospital down the street. The party waited and waited. All of them said good things to Nez of that they're happy he was alive and that, he shouldn't have taken that risk, but you're glad he did. And then you all stepped out to give Creed a private moment with Nez, where Creed shared a couple of secrets and his own feelings of the matter, and told Nez that he was indebted to him, that he doesn't quite know how to feel about the situation, but is just happy to see that Nez is alive and well, and so is Creed. Nez walks away with a nice scar. The skin on his face, once gray, is now scarred out white in dark colors down his face, in a large patch that follows the pattern of the fire. The mask he wore melted and ruined, and now he has it tied on his upper arm as a remembrance of why he wore it, but now he feels that he does not need to hide his face anymore. And so we find ourselves now at the tavern where you met Freya, where now you all have taken a mighty sleep and have taken a moment to breathe once again, as you feel like you have been getting taken out from the sidelines, and you feel like you have now finally made a step in the right direction. But unfortunately, with the town now wearing the bands, as you left the hospital, seeing other members of the resistance standing throughout the town, the yellow bands on their arms reminiscent of the ones you also wear, marking you as a family, as a unit. They all disperse throughout the town, as the town seems to have fallen to your good graces, to your side, and you feel the farms have been secured. But you know the next big challenge is up ahead, of where you need to take back Broken Talon. Without it, you will have no place to train your military. You will have no place to stage a force. You know the artillery guns on the actual building itself would be a monument to helping you establish some form of presence in the region. And so, you are now sitting in the tavern, as before, after having a good sleep and a hearty meal and a good wake-up. You know, to deliberate over what your plan should be to make your way to the Broken Talon. Alright, it is now you guys. I hand it over to you as you deliberate your plans on what you're going to do to get into the Broken Talon.
Out of character, my grandmother called me, so I missed that entire thing. I'm assuming we're in a broken town, so I'll just listen to these guys.
Okay, what do we know of this fort? Like, in character, what do we know about it?
You know, based on what Leandros was able to tell you, is that it is a large fort with 8 massive artillery guns on it that are meant to be able to act as both naval guns, but also as ranged artillery to help suppress certain areas inside the region. It is the largest fort in this region, minus Ravenholm. You know that currently it is controlled by the Scavs, and that you need to go take it back. You're not sure of their military strength or what exactly they have, though after meeting some of them in New Haven, when you were trying to establish the crystal, the Eternal Watch, that some of them can be real nasty and some of them are pretty easy to deal with. They seem to be kind of in the middle between complete scavengers and organized bandits. But other than that, you know that it is a large building with only a few entrances. You know that it has secure battlements and multiple weapons. You know that it had a relatively stocked armory before the Godfall, as it was one of the massive military settlements in the region. And so, if scavengers have taken it over, who's to say what exactly is in there or who has access to what specifically?
Sound like a stealth mission already.
At least for the first part, getting into the city, because obviously we cannot just rush the fucking thing.
I mean, we can. It just wouldn't end well.
I'd prefer not to be shot with agents.
As
Like,
long
it-
as it does not end in stealth.
No, I think the best way to do crack this fucking fort. Oh shit!
Holy shit.
Sorry. I don't know why this did this
Oh.
whole thing.
Not opposed to it. Quickly study. Quickly study.
No,
Quick,
fuck you.
screen cap it!
Too late. Already studied it.
I screenshotted it, so
No, I might not be a bad idea to try to infiltrate the fort. Wait for nightfall. Then then we can get the rest of you in. Simply put, assaulting would be very bad. See the aforementioned cannons and shot pieces. Probably one or two probably 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 sharpshooters, depending on how many people are there. Open warfare is a bad idea.
Fair.
but I want to shoot things.
Sure, we can shoot things once we get everybody in. Unless you feel like taking on the entire fort yourself, which by all means, by power to you.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I have enough bullets for that.
And case in point, while each of us are more than capable of handling our fair share, it's getting into a fort that is problem. Not everybody
Sometimes
can.
it's not just walking up and knocking on the door.
I feel like we will be shot on sight.
Straightforward and polite usually works.
With the bandit? What
More
bandit?
often than not, they'd assume that you're just that stupid.
What banditi is that fucking stupid?
You'd be surprised.
You ask funny questions. What kind of deity is not foolish? Or those who dare worship them?
Would it be possible, Creed, to get with Leandros and get a map of what?
I don't see why not. As Warmaster, he had access to documents on many different targets. He could possibly have a strike. Don't see why not he wouldn't have one. Weird wording there. Yes. I'll say the rather succinctly yes. Leandros probably would.
Yeah, I mean, Leandros would probably have a map of the fort to some extent, because that's kind of his shtick.
So we send a runner to go get the map. We gather supplies. and put together plan how to infiltrate further. And should infiltration fail, we just do it the old-fashioned way. Send it and hope for the best.
Probably a stupid question this early, but did we have a long rest from last episode to this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Creed will look at Yuri and say, "Knowing is half the battle, and the other half is incredible violence."
This is good. This is good theory. I like theory. I am extremely confident in my ability to both get into and pass myself off as someone within the within there, but actually opening gate will be potentially problematic depending on what kind of gate it is. I've never been to this location, so I do not know. Maybe ask Runner to get any and all information Leandros remembers about location.
So I'll tell you flat off that you probably won't have access to a runner. If you want to go and talk to Leandros, you're probably gonna have to go and speak to Leandros.
May I offer a compromise here? I'm gonna be. I'm in the drive-thru with Taco Bell. Yeah. Thank you. I'm getting ready to go
Grab
into
a
work.
chalupa.
No. Creed could just go. Go and talk to Leandros and report back with information, and that could just be when I pop back in. Creed will be the runner. Well, fast walker.
Power walker.
I feel like there's a funnier word we could put there, but yeah, basically. Creed can be a runner, and he'll go and talk with Leandros, and he'll ask the questions that most people probably wouldn't think, and then he'd come back with all the info they would need. Or we could just go together. Makes no difference to me.
I could see that working, and we could scout out while we wait on Creed to get back with answers.
Yeah, I can scout from pretty far away.
Good plan. I like plan.
And another thing I was thinking when it comes to stealth-wise, I mean, we've seen what some of the guys look like. I can change into one of them and possibly get in, too.
This is good. Also good plan. Okay, plan is coming together. I like these. I feel like people OSC have not spoken up, and okay, who else? Who has not spoken up?
Everyone but Jenna. Has
Okay,
spoken.
everybody.
Hi. Okay, so now that I'm stationary, I can participate. Kind of.
Is that what she said?
I honestly, I'm okay with whatever you guys decide to do. I trust you guys.
I feel like a mistake, but okay.
Blind faith.
Yeah.
in your downfall.
What did Okro say about guys and those who follow them?
Mm-hmm.
Almost all of them.
Sorry. I'm just trying to get myself maneuvered and settled so I can sit down and play at my new place.
So I would like to get at least within eye shot of the fort, so I can perceive defenses and other things.
From where you are currently, that would easily be an 8-hour trek.
I guess we better get to walking.
What time is it outside?
It's early morning, possibly around 9 o'clock.
Okay, I suggest we wait until we make it so that we arrive at nightfall.
So what
Are you
you're
afraid that you're
saying
gonna
is it
sparkle
is
over there?
time to feast first.
I like the
No.
feast and the coffee.
No, merely that if we take our time with getting there and we arrive with nightfall, then we have the advantage of having the sun in their eyes. Does make it harder for them to see us while we are in the forest. I imagine the fort would have quite a big clearing around it. So
But why walk slowly when we can have a feast and then walk quickly?
there you go. See, this is planned.
There will be coffee though, right?
Of course.
With plenty of cream.
Yes, my little friend, plenty of cream.
Yay!
I'm going to go prepare the feast.
Alright, well, Ulcris goes and does that. What the rest of you doing?
Can I stand on your shoulder and watch?
As long as you do not get in the way.
I mean, if I do, you can just easily throw me. But sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't our lovely bunny girl is dead? Unfortunately, yes.
No.
No.
Did you not
No?
hear at all of the recap? She's alive and
No.
well. She just ain't dealing with you right now.
Yeah,
You did hear the recap. You did accidentally say Freya instead of the Duchess when you were talking about that point.
Ooh,
so-
bird just got burned.
Yeah, I thought she got hit by a suicide bomb.
No, the Lady
No,
Gilchrist
no.
was dead, or Gilhart was dead, and she had a bomb underneath of her.
Okay, so she was the suicide bomb.
Yes.
Well,
See,
it was
you
she
don't
was
understand the part,
killed and had a bomb underneath of her because the Piper wanted to fuck with Creed.
Be
Mr.
like that.
Cactus finds no bunny girl equals she has to be dead because he knows that the DM understands his tastes.
Also, I have a fun situation for y'all to deal with when you get to the fort, because I hope you guys enjoy Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
Sharon?
Metal Gear
Okay,
Solid.
if you tell me,
They
you tell me that
chicken
you're a
jams!
sniper, I'm not going to be able to handle that. I'm sorry.
No, it's more of the system I have in play. If you take the approach I imagine you're going to take.
Okay, when is the last time something happened that you imagined was gonna happen?
I mean, it's gonna be y'all's asses, not mine. So
Yeah, I mean, you're not answering the question.
a few times.
But they like my ass.
Very moist.
It is moist.
So,
Alright,
I know
so-
this is kind of heretical. I like Metal Gear Solid, but I've never actually played it.
I mean, that's fair. You can like something and not play it.
Fair. I said that to some people, and they were like, "Oh my god!"
I mean, Cactus has never won, but he likes winning.
oh,
I win all the time. Not as of late.
I'm sorry,
but I-
backpack. My back hurts from carrying you all the fucking time.
Listen here, you little shit.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so you guys, a couple hours pass, and you're able to have the feast. Is anyone doing anything specific during said downtime?
Bringing
I'm
the
cleaning up Lucifer.
Okay.
bringing the bunny to the feast.
She says no.
Then we'll go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, it's
You and the buddy are
Freya.
gonna go fuck themselves?
Freya
Oh
has
my.
found herself going to a different part of the city, or just a different city in general, as she's trying to hope to not have a target on her back for a while, and you seem like trouble. So you may find her
Wow.
again later, but, you know.
I mean, we are.
You're being cock-blocked because I had a suicide bomber try to kill me. That's kind
we
of...
are. To be fair, we are trouble. Like, we are genuinely trouble. Like, that's a fucking factual piece of information.
that's an honest red flag, my guy.
Like, that's it. Yeah, you know what? Yep, fair. I can't even.
Especially since you're a vampire, and she kind of read your mind and knows what you want. She's like, not today.
Oh god, I'm not saying what just popped in my head. Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope.
So, so anyone else doing anything particular during their downtime? At this point, if you have spells that you want to switch your preparation for, now would be the time. You don't have to tell me what you're doing, just this would be the time to do it before you step out.
Can I find a scope?
A scope?
Yes.
I thought he's.
Sure. You.
I know he.
What to do here?
Can I buy a scope? But my brain hurt. Can I fight a scope? I'm like, what?
I mean, I'll fight it. I will lay the
What?
smack down on that fucking scope, bro.
Have you seen what cats do to things on shelves?
And it's shiny.
Oh, fuck me.
No, the bunny can do that. Anyways.
That's
Oh my.
apparently not.
So.
Oh, yeah,
roll-
that's true too.
So, what I need from you, Rage, for Nameless to find someone who can actually either build him or sell him a scope, he's gonna have to give me some intelligence as he's trying to find it on his own.
Just regular intelligence?
Yeah.
But I'm just looking for a scope. Should it be perception?
You're not looking for one on a shelf. You're
Oh,
using your
fuck.
brain to figure out where you need to go to get one. Uh-oh. A curse has been activated.
It was a 3 anyways.
Uh-oh, a curse has been activated. Where's
Oh,
my curse
I am-
list?
I am the dumb. I am the dumb.
So, you don't know where
Who
to
the fuck had
start
been-
to
Caught a case of the
find...
dumbs.
So you don't know
God
where to
damn it,
start
Mandy, you
to...
fucking fuck!
So, Nameless, you don't know where to start to
Yeah.
look for a scope. You know that they have been used. You're just not sure in this not military town who could possibly make you one or have one that you could get. And you're kind of left at odds. You wandered the city for a few hours. And then when you come back to the tavern defeated, Okros has a feast upon the table for you.
Ooh, Mandy's
Hooray.
tacos. Very nice. Enjoy.
Alright, so let's see. Curse, curse, curse. There's one Candace, Jesus. Mandy wants. And then there's another one that I think would be much funnier.
Mandy, also
Here it
known
comes.
as her alter ego, Candace.
Going to get tacos. Alright, Mandy, thank you for the biddies, and we're gonna have a curse. So.
Hope your tacos are shit.
Oh, I have two I really want to choose from, and I'm having a hard time. I need to roll dice to decide what I'm doing. Dice, tell me
Two,
what
but
you
you just
want.
flip a coin.
Ooh, oh, that's
what
good.
you got.
Oh, that's kind of what I wanted. All right, this is good. So, Nameless, you come back to the tavern. You see the feast in front of you. Okros has given you this feast for this party. As you see, the rest of your team members are sitting down and eating, drinking coffee, etc. As you enter through the door, you feel a thought pop up in your head. The despair you had about finding a scope is replaced by anxiety. As all of a sudden, you believe yourself to be a lycanthrope, and you are concerned about it. You don't know what the trigger will be for you to turn, but all of a sudden you feel like you are extremely anxious about turning at any moment, and you need to bring it up constantly to the party in every conversation.
That would be cool if I knew what the fuck that was.
A lycanthrope
A
is a
werewolf.
werewolf, but in your case it'd be a werecat. You basically become a bigger cat.
Okay. So I should just try to fuck up Yuri this entire time? Is that what you're saying?
No, you're not that kind of lycanthrope. This isn't Underworld.
I was totally thinking Twilight, but okay.
I mean, both are correct.
The
I mean,
buddy is mine!
Jesus. No, we're not playing that. You just believe yourself to be a werecat, and then if you change, you become unbridled rage and you're afraid of hurting people. And so you're super concerned about it, and your anxiety's really high, as you can't remember what triggers it. And so you need to bring it up constantly as a fear to the rest of your teammates.
This is cool. I know how to combat this really easily. Watch. Are you watching? Are you watching? Look at Discord. Are you watching?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Did you just mute yourself?
I'm just kidding. I'll play along.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to be a smartass for a moment.
Right, so you enter and you see Okros has laid out a feast for all of you. And you suddenly feel this urge in your head, this idea of anxiety kind of boiling up and replacing the despair from you not finding your scope. Take it away.
Hi guys. I need you all for a moment.
We just left. What could you possibly have done already?
Since when do you need my attention?
Edward, you shut up. That was me pointing to Yuri, by the way. I think I'm a lycanthrope. But
What?
but I don't know when I'm gonna change. It could be now. It could be in a second. It could be in a year. I don't know. I need help.
How do you want us to help you?
I don't know, but I'm fucking shaking, and I can't get this out of my mind, and I don't want to hurt anybody, but I'm gonna fuck you all up if I change, and I don't want to do that!
Okros just quietly walks away with the coffee.
Okay, Nameless, why don't we try breathing quickly?
You get your big lion ass back here with that!
Wait,
If your hands are shaking, I don't know if you need caffeine right now, but alright.
or wants to hand Nameless a cup of cream and says, just breathe.
That'll work. I can double fist these. This is easy. I can do this.
It's okay, breathe. Nameless,
Why
breathe.
do we not just choke him out?
Roll me dex check, Nameless. See if you really can handle this.
As he's just sitting there, like, shaking, spilling milk all over his face.
If I have to-
Even though you're shaking significantly, you're still able to bring both mugs to your face and drink both at the same time.
If I have to roll anything, someone's gonna have to roll for me.
That's fine.
I'm trying to get a hold of my new roommate for my Wi-Fi password.
I throw both cups just across the hallway. That didn't work!
Are you breathing? Maybe that'll work.
Of course I'm breathing. I'm still alive.
Nameless.
But you guys might not be. It's terrifying.
Nameless, it's okay.
Go
Even
curl
as
up in a corner and
lycanthrope.
cry.
What even is a lycanthrope? Is it even something to be scared of?
As a druid, you would know what a lycanthrope is. You would know that it's some kind
Right?
of dire changeling. Basically, someone who turns into an animal of some form, whether it's a bear, a wolf, etc.
Oh, I didn't know I'd know.
Breaking character, but that's fantastic. Racist.
I couldn't get it out of my head.
It was so good. It's perfect.
Well, I guess I know what a lycanthrope is. Why do you think you're a lycanthrope? Nameless.
I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you. Hey, I know I'm moving past it.
Would you though?
If I knew, I would tell you. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know. I don't want to
How
turn
do
and kill you all.
don't know what it is?
Like in character, out of character. Like what?
Calm. Not bad.
I
All
thought
right,
you
start
so
turn.
Jenna, I rolled a wisdom check for you. You're kind of sure that Nameless isn't a lycanthrope because you didn't see anything happen to him that would cause that to spread, as it's usually either a curse or some kind of disease.
Nameless. I really don't think you're a lycanthrope. I haven't seen anything happen to you. Nothing could have caused this. There's no sign of the disease on you. I think you're okay.
I will need wisdom checks from Okros and Yuri. Okros at disadvantage, Yuri at normal.
Okay,
Just a
but
wisdom check.
or how could you be sure? I mean, meow.
Okay, just because you howl doesn't mean you're a lycanthrope. It means you howl.
It's not bad. What is my stat? I think it's a -1.
When you're done with this, I wanna talk to him.
You're not
I
allowed
got a
to talk to
13.
him. He's
With
my
the
lycanthrope.
disadvantage, you got a 13?
Yeah, I got a 15 and a 13.
Fucking lucky bastard. Alright, so...
Why is he at a disadvantage?
Because he's a barbarian, and he also understands that he doesn't have the same knowledge of lycanthropy as you do.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, Okros, you don't think he's a lycanthrope. He's still small. That's your reasoning. He would have been bigger by now. Yuri, you definitely believe he's a lycanthrope and he's out to steal your girl. No, it's you definitely smell lycanthrope blood in him that you didn't notice before, and so you
Out to
believe it
steal his
wholeheartedly that he is a lycanthrope.
Paranoia kicking in.
So is that just like an actual thing? I can actually smell his blood.
You're a vampire.
you're a
Yes, that is like an
vampire.
innate
Oh, yeah,
ability you have.
Listen, Okros. Listen, my little friend. Come here, my little friend. Listen to me, okay? I can smell your blood. It stinks. So yes, you do somehow have lycanthropy. I don't understand how you contracted it, but you have it. Being said,
Yuri.
One
No, he
moment.
doesn't.
are you literally telling the vampire that that can smell his blood, that he doesn't have it?
I think your smelling's intoxicated, Yuri. I think he's fine.
Either way, listen.
Listen here,
You-
Sparkles.
Listen here. Shut the fuck up. Listen to me. You are not turning at this moment. Okay, I understand you are slightly paranoid, but okay, calm down. First,
Or tries not to
When
giggle
you-
at the fact that he called him sparkles.
when you do begin to turn, okay, you will very much know. Okay, it's not an instantaneous process where you just snap finger and boom, lycanthrope. It takes a couple of minutes for it to happen. Okay, you will very much know. Secondly, please do not insult all of us by thinking that one little vampire or one little tiny werewolf is going to be more than enough to hurt or kill all of us.
I mean, I'd feed you to him. Wait, did I just say that out loud?
Third,
At that point, Nameless, you begin to feel what you believe is the change occurring.
I would like to look at his
Oh,
eyeballs.
God.
You do. and you see that they look like his eyes.
Okay, your eyes are not dilating. It's fine.
This is
Oh.
ridiculous.
No,
He's
no,
still
no,
tiny.
no, no. Here I go. It's happening.
No, it is not. Again, your eyes are still the same.
Give
It's
me a
fine.
con save or nameless.
If, how could he be? But he's so tiny.
19.
All right, so you continue to panic until a small fart escapes.
I was trying to drink my
I'm a
coffee
little
at the
cat,
wrong
dude.
time.
It would be not like. Come on, a little cat, 4-foot cat.
One of those little high pitched.
Yep. There we go.
Just a little high pitched one, and you feel better.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I guess it was just gas. Too much
There we
cream.
go. Okay. See, calm now. We good. Okay, we good. Okay, let's
Never
go.
heard of a cat that was lactose intolerant before, but apparently I'm him.
You just think it's the coffee hitting you too fast.
Technically, our cats are not supposed to have large quantity of milk. No, it's bad for them.
It depends actually. If they've been continually fed dairy since being kittens, it's fine. But if they haven't had milk since they were a kitten, and you're like giving a 6-year-old cat milk, they'll be lactose intolerant. Usually,
God.
that's how.
So
it
with that,
works, from what I
nameless,
understand.
you feel the anxiety of being lycanthrope kind of fade away as you catch yourself, as you have that release of all that tension, as Yuri is telling you that you may or may not be a lycanthrope. He smells it, but, he could be wrong. You are a small tabaxi. Aura is telling you no, Okros doesn't believe you as you are still very small, and Nez is just quietly drinking his coffee across the table, watching this all happen. And you feel the anxiety wash away as the tiny toot carries you into sitting down and eating your feast.
Well, now that he's made room.
Tiny toot. It's funny.
Okay, so where was the coffee? I was promised coffee.
Yes, I bring the coffee back. I serve.
That was fun.
It was interesting.
Are you good now?
Should I stand up and take a bow for that performance?
Again, are you good now?
Oh, we're in character? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
It escaped me.
Okay, you're good now. Do not need to rush, but we have shit to do.
I mean, we have a feast in front of us that we need to eat.
That is what I meant.
It's not shit to do. That's food to eat.
And so you all
Nope.
begin to dive into the food in front of you, having your noms and appreciating them as you all prepare yourselves for whatever comes next. You spend an hour or so eating and drinking and talking to each other about what has happened and what you're looking forward to. As the past few weeks have definitely been eventful for all of you, especially since you all joined the Resistance, things have definitely been strange. A welcome change, but strange nonetheless. After you're done eating and you feel yourself ready to move on to the Broken Talon, you feel like you have a moment still in Thurble to try and take care of any unfinished business before you leave.
I would like to look again.
Sure. Give me another intelligence check.
Sweet. That was just an 11.
So you feel this time you have a better understanding of what you may need to go look for. The fart you released seems to have shaken some brain cells loose from whatever processes they were being entangled by. And you believe that if you go and speak to someone who makes lenses, like a glasses maker or an optometrist, that you may be in the right direction for having something made of the caliber you wish. And so you go, and you find yourself speaking to what seems to be a glass maker, a lens crafter, if you will. And it just seems to be an old orc behind a very small grind wheel, as he is a very large individual holding a piece of glass with 2 fingers as he grinds it against the wheel very slowly.
Hiya, big guy. How you doing?
I am carving glass, as it is tradition in the Temple of Optometry to do. What can I help you with, small tabaxi?
That looks just awesome. I need your help if you are willing to do so.
I am always willing to help those who help the community. What may I assist you with my understanding of the glass?
Okay, at this point, I want to pull out my rifle, pull out mag, de-chamber around, hold it up to him and say, I need to see farther with this.
Ah, but your eyes should be good enough as they are. Why do you need to see farther? Your eyes
Because
must
I am
be
a
better than
sniper.
mine.
That may be true, but I am a sniper with no scope. That would be like an optometrist without a grind wheel.
Ah, I see the fallacy of what you speak. It would be quite disastrous if I did not have my small grinding wheel for my small lenses. I can attempt to help you in this quest of yours. I am not one who is known to make magnifying lenses, but I can try my best to make you something that at least lets you see farther.
That would be grand. I would appreciate it.
Do you have anything that you may wish to put forth as payment for this work, or material I could use to craft what you need?
I currently have 26 gold.
1 would be enough.
1 gold, I will give you 1 gold.
Thank you.
You know what? In fact, I will
Small.
give you 2.
The Temple of Optometry smiles upon you. May your vision never falter and your instruments always measure true. I will construct what you ask. And so he goes about for a couple hours, grinding different lenses and trying to line them up as they match together. And after a bit, he's able to finally piece together something that could work. He goes, unfortunately, I do not have the machinery capable of making what you wish in a smaller ability. Unfortunately, for what I've made, it will take up the entire length of the rifle. But you will be able to see farther.
Well, let's try it out.
You simply strap it to the rifle. It seems that through some means he was able to attach a very standard metal strap to it, and between the two of you were able to put some bolts that fit it to the rifle and kind of keep it in line, but it's still kind of janky. But the scope is, from what he said, essentially from the back of your bolt, about 6 inches from the muzzle. It is a very long scope, looking that much of a Springfield from 1943.
Oh shit!
Like the long boy.
I like that, actually.
Whoa.
And it looks like an old ass scope. And you look down it, and you can definitely see farther and more clearly. It's slightly better than your vision because it is being magnified. It is only at 1 magnification, and you're not sure how accurate it is quite yet. He did say that he put a way in for you to adjust it, but he's not sure how you can adjust it for the weapon of your choosing. He simply is able to make the lenses. If you wish to have it calibrated, small tabaxi, I would suggest you speak to the blacksmith, as he is the one that creates such contraptions on a regular basis. The lenses shall aim you true, but the metal may falter if not tended to by strong hands.
Well, thank you, sir. I will go talk to him now. I appreciate everything you have done.
Very good, small tabaxi. I will return to my small grinding wheel.
Enjoy.
But he really likes the word small.
Because he is large and everything to him is small. It's a bit, Jenna. Let me have the bit.
So I don't want to let you have the
And
big.
so you go to the blacksmith, which happens to be down the street a little. And you see it is another large orc sitting on a much larger grinding wheel, thankfully, but grinding a very small knife. And he sees you enter, and he simply goes, "Why, hello, small tabaxi. I am working on a small knife for a halfling that wants a custom order. He seems to wish the name Sting on this dagger. Only assholes name their swords. What can I help you with?"
Well, I can assure you I am an asshole, but I do not wish to name my sword. I have this. I pulled out my rifle. The optometrist down the way just made the scope for me, and I just need to make sure that 1, it is secured okay, and 2, can you create something that I can use to adjust it?
Ah, yes. I know the Temple of Optometry well. The Temple of Steel recognizes the work of another master. Let me see what I can do. And he begins
Much
to go to
appreciated.
work. And does it relatively well as he's setting up a rudimentary attachment system, making sure that everything's braced correctly, and then of course adding very simple screws to the front-facing lens closest to your eye to help adjust its elevation and pitch to make sure that it is where it needs to be. It doesn't look pretty, but it will definitely get the job done. He goes, "The Temple of Steel recognizes the working of the ballistics. The Rifle Clan would be greatly appreciative of the work that is done here. You spread their word well, small tabaxi."
And I appreciate the work that you have done, sir. I gave the optometrist 2 pieces of gold. Would that suffice your work as well?
I appreciate your charity, small tabaxi. The Temple of Steel recognizes your work and will simply give you the blessing of that may your steel never rust and your aim always be true. Strike with strength and your metal will never falter. Peace be with thee. As he goes back to his tiny grinding, or his tiny knife on his large grinding wheel.
I appreciate your work, sir. Now make sure you take care of that asshole's knife.
Ah, yes. I will be very happy to see him gone. As you leave the blacksmith shop, you see a small halfling walking past you as he's going towards the blacksmith shop with a skip in his step and being kind of just an absolute bag of wank walking past you towards the blacksmithery.
Douchebag.
He continues to walk past you with a smile on his face.
I'm sorry. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for one.
But you return to the party as you all return to the tavern, preparing yourselves for the journey, is anyone else doing anything?
How are we doing on our stores of magic items?
On
Actually,
your
I don't think I have any.
components or your items?
Never mind. I don't think I have any fucking money.
Yeah, that's kind of a limiter on
Pretty sure we're
buying
all fucking.
things.
I'm pretty sure we're all fucking broke.
Look, Sparkles, I have 24 gold. You can have it.
If you are in need of components, I have a small amount of gold I can give.
No, it's fine. There's more for you anyway. I can heal my own self.
Alright, so, is anyone doing anything besides Yuri talking about how broke he is?
I want to show off my new scope.
You show off your new scope. It is very pretty.
It's very shiny, very pretty.
Thank you. I had 2 orcs work on it. They were very kind.
There's the blacksmith now.
What?
I don't know. The whole time you were talking about the blacksmith earlier, I had to stop from going on the "Where's the blacksmith?"
Listen, Markiplier, pump the brakes. Go press E to blow somewhere, you bastard.
Somewhere or someone?
Somewhere.
Oh
It can be someone, I guess, if your name is Candle. Anyway.
Labra.
my. Indeed.
So, anyone doing anything? Shops, looking for stuff, or just getting on your way?
Don't think I have anything I can do right now. So I'd just be good to go.
Alright, going once, going twice. Wonderful. So, as you all stand at the tavern, as you see Nameless come back, a large metal tube with glass inlays upon his rifle. As he approaches, you find yourselves ready to set off. And unfortunately, since you do not have horses nor carriage, you walk.
I would totally like to reload my gun.
You want to buy ammunition while you're here?
No, I have 27 rounds still, but I would just like to reload it. So I unload it for them to work on this stuff.
Yes, it's good. You reload it, and you are capped out. You are good to go. But you begin to walk. And as you imagined, the trek between Thurible and the Broken Talon is long and boring. As you continue to walk through the woodlands until you seem to find yourself a mile or so from the fort. As you look upon the silhouette against the horizon, you can see the large guns on the battlements. You see small shapes moving about them. And you can tell that it is occupied. There are even individuals outside the actual fort patrolling and just kind of meandering around, looking for whatever it is they may be looking for. But upon somewhat closer inspection of just by looking and taking your time, you see that these are definitely the scavengers that you ran into in New Haven, or at least the same group, if you will.
Can I roll perception to see if I see anything noteworthy?
Yes.
Cool. I have my eyes of the eagle, so this is with this advantage.
Yes.
Thank God. 17. The other one was a nat 1, so I'm really glad that was
Oh, I said the
advantage.
other one was an 11.
It looked like a nat 1 to me. Oh, it does say 11. It looked like a nat 1 on my screen.
I mean, either way, you get a 17, and with that, you can see not major details, but you can definitely pick out amongst the crowd. what exactly is going on. You can see that these are, again, confirming that these are the scavengers. Using your eyes as well as your scope, you're able to tell that they are patrolling, that they have the fort mostly occupied, but you can't tell the strength of the force at the fort. You can definitely tell that there are some higher ranking individuals amongst them. You can see that some of them are armed with firearms, some of them are armed with bows and swords, some of them have heavier armor versus heavier weapons. But one thing that does stick out to you is that you see the shapes of anti-siege weapons along the battlement as well. Things that look like, on close perception at your distance, they look like ballistas, but you're not entirely sure. The silhouette looks like a ballista, but you're not close enough to really discern any details because you're still about a mile out, which is a pretty significant distance to be trying to look for something.
Well, it seems like they're well fortified and ready for a fight.
The real question is, do they look like they'd fart in our general direction?
They might.
Yet. We're doomed.
But you can tell that in front of you is that the wood line is still relatively thick between you and the fort, and that about when you get closer to the fort, it is about a half mile around it has been cleared completely, where it is just open land.
Fuck you, Creed.
So you know that you could probably take the half mile approach, and that you could get closer to put eyes better on target. But you know that after that half mile, you're going to be in the open, and it's going to get real difficult unless you do something about it.
I wish to go to the edge of the tree line, wearing my cloak,
Yep.
and climb up to a branch that I can see out of,
Yep.
and
so
then take another look.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll me perception, again with advantage, because you're looking at a far distance with your eyeballs.
15.
So with the 15, you can't see as well as you did the first time, but you can definitely see more details. You can tell that on the battlements are ballistas, and they seem to be manned as they seem to be moving and swinging around, checking the tree line. The guns themselves move only slightly, but you can't tell if that's from the wind or maybe the scavengers trying to figure out how they work. Through some of the windows, you can see movement against the torchlight inside. The patrols around it are small 3-man teams, but there's a lot of them. Some of them are even sweeping out to a quarter mile away from the fort. Otherwise, inside, you can't tell if it's very dense or sparse guarding, but you know that there's people in there, and you know that it's going to be hard to approach it. But on your side of things, as the sun is getting close to setting, as the sun is beginning to go down, and so it would be to your back. It would be in their eyes, much like the approach was spoken about with Yuri. But you still have a half mile of open land to cover before you can even get close enough to try and enter this fort, or at least break through the outer walls, or go circumvent them in a way to get on the inside where the meat of the problem lays.
Okay, so there's definitely a lot of them. A lot of people in this fort. Looks like they have manned units on the ballistas on top of the walls. They may even have the guns manned too, I can't tell. But 3-man patrols coming out to about a quarter mile from the fort. And there is a ton of patrols. So what do you guys want to do?
So as you all
Right.
sit and debilitate, we're going to take a break, and everyone's going to be able to take bio and get water while you guys sit and think about what you would like to do for the approach of the fort. And so I will leave our viewers with some music while you guys debilitate or deliberate, and I go and check on the children.
they would have had to go right by our house to get to that house. So it's impossible that they didn't see that. I'm
Can you
calling
hear me?
bullshit on that.
Yes.
Yes. Hello. All right.
Alright. I know what people will do in my apartment complex is a different situation about explaining. Um, is if they see packages outside the building, they'll either bring it in or they'll actually take it to your door, depending on how far out of the way they have to go. I'm not saying she did that. I know some people will, but again, if he's across the alleyway, no. So,
And like I'm looking at the freaking picture that they sent on Amazon right now, and that looks that looks like the front porch of the main house. That is that is 100% the front porch of the main house.
Was the box open? The package open?
Like it was torn a little bit, but it's not fully open.
I was
Like,
gonna say, there's no way they were stupid enough to open it if they were gonna return it.
yeah, it has everything in it.
Totally not okay that, Jenna, but okay.
Yeah. I'm thankful I have it. I'm just very suspicious about
Yeah.
whatever the fuck happened.
All right, you lovely, lovely people.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
What be the happening? Have you found yourselves ready to do stuff?
Or is gonna
Yuri?
wild shape into a wolf and go attack them.
Or is not gonna wild shape into a wolf and go attack them. Thank you.
Well, why
Yeah.
not? No, I'm
So
We are
the
messing with
plan
wolves.
is to watch them maneuver, right? Watch these patrols maneuver, get a good read on their patrol paths, that kind of thing. Their patrol paths, their intervals, their movements, that kind of thing. Get a good eye on what they're wearing, right? Like, are they wearing modern kit with radios and shit, or are they just fucking dudes with spears?
Do you want to remember what era you're in currently?
Okay, so they
Bro,
very
it's
much have
like-
radios.
Modern
Like the
kit and radios isn't really a thing in like the early 1900s.
Okay, so
Yeah,
they don't
like
have
this-
radios.
They have guns.
this is like 1920s, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But they have guns.
sorry about that.
Some
So
of
The
it
plan
big
is to find the
backpack
one that
phones?
gets the plan is to find the one that gets closest to the forest, right? And then draw them into the forest. Well, I'm going to use for the first time, Children of the Night, to summon a shitload of wolves to go kill them.
This was
So,
our plan, Bird.
did you hear the distance you have between A and B?
Between us getting to the fort, yes. I don't know if any patrols get close to the wood line.
They don't. They only go about a quarter mile out.
Okay, so well then that entire fucking plan's gone.
Well, then they're a
Well,
quarter mile from the tree
shit.
line, then, right?
Yes.
What you thinking, Nameless?
Mm. They can hear a shot from a quarter mile out.
I mean, yeah, you can hear most rifle reports from about a quarter mile to a half mile out.
So if we get one that's isolated, I could just fire a shot into a tree and then they'll probably come look.
I love how he went more southern the moment he started saying that.
I mean,
Right?
you could put
Did
the
I?
shot off,
Yeah, you
but
did.
No, not you, Burned it.
I
Oh,
mean, you can put the shot
Oh,
off, but
well, that
there's
sounded
no
fucking cool.
guarantee that they're gonna come investigate.
All right. I have.
what if I shoot him in the knee?
I mean,
Think they're gonna investigate then?
I mean, if you shoot a person in the leg, then they're probably going to investigate the person, and then I don't know, probably come to see where it came from.
And
Maybe.
also probably pepper the living Christ out of us with artillery. What do we know about these bandits?
You know
Not
that
a
they're
lot.
scavengers and that they are not exactly super organized, but they're organized enough based on their units. Like they have very good small unit cohesion, but their large unit cohesion leaves a lot to be desired.
Is there a bandit leader?
There was when you dealt with a small squad of them, so it wouldn't be hard to imagine there's a few inside the fort.
Another question: does my feline agility and Zephyr Strike scale to this, or no?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the feat range is usually in combat.
I mean, you could definitely try and use it to try and boost yourself across, but it's not going to move you as fast as you would like. It's meant to be used in short bursts.
Totally have a different idea than trying to get to the fort.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could probably use it.
I want to run close enough to like one of the patrols where they can hear me, flip them off, yell "fuck you," and then run back to the tree line.
Oh my god.
Would that work to get them to investigate?
I mean, yeah, they would see you, definitely.
Okay, first off, you have to ask them what their name is.
What kind of
son
gate
of a
is this? Like on the fort we're looking at here. I'm talking about just
Fuck
a
you,
big
Tony!
I'm talking about
It's a large square, essentially forward operating base that has multiple artillery guns, multiple ballistas, and at least 60 to 80 people based on what Nameless was able to see.
and the gate.
I haven't
You
heard
can't see the gate from where you are.
Are we talking World War II or are we talking about Vietnam era? Port operating base.
I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you're walking into. This is still a medieval style fort with massive stone walls, among other things.
Thanks for the question.
This looks like a World War II British forward operating base with a number of artillery guns that are on it.
I give up. I can't find it.
What kind of time frame are we looking at? In the grand scheme of things, how much of how hard is our time frame?
You talking like how many days, months, weeks you got, or?
Yeah.
So, you last spoke to Max when he came by the Keeper's Tomb, I don't know, 3 days ago. And he basically told you that, one, he's been brought back, or he told Creed specifically, that he's been brought back against his will. And that, secondly, the gods are trying to find you. And that something is being put at play. You know that Zeus is looking to make a play of some form from all the different visions everyone has gotten, as well as the common factor in those visions and dreams being the large soldier in blue-gray clothing with the platinum mask that seemed to be in every single person's nightmares. So you know that if you don't get the forces you need mustered in a significant time frame, as you know that the undead are still existing in the northern east, you're looking at maybe, I mean, I can't honestly give you a hard time frame. You know that you're basically going on a short clock because if the gods wanted to, they could show up and stomp your shit in. And so the faster you get forces up, the faster you get the region secured, the sooner you can leave the region and start trying to reach out to those other temples.
Right, I want to look at the. I'm assuming there's a main road into this fucking thing.
Yeah, there's definitely a main road going into the thing.
Looking for tracks.
You can see
Oh my
the
God, what the
main
hell are they
road.
called?
You're not even close to it. You'd have to go a pretty good distance, about 300 to 400 yards along the wood line to get there.
I'll do that.
Okay, you do that. The rest of the party does not follow you.
That's fine. I want to look at the fucking road for cart tracks. Cart tracks, dude tracks.
I mean, you see indentations in the road, but nothing recent.
Alright. Alright, gosh, that fucking plan.
Did you just light a cigarette? Yep.
Yes. Well, there's that fucking plan.
Smoking kills.
You know what
So-
else does? Breathing.
Yeah, I'm aware. We oxidize our insides every breath we take. I know.
Let the dude do what he's gonna do. Shut the fuck up.
Sassy. So he's giving him a hard
No,
time.
no,
He wasn't
you-
serious.
No. Sorry, as a former smoker, you don't understand. Anytime anyone would tell me that smoking kills, I would want to light up another cigarette.
Yep.
It's
Every
kind of
fucking
like
time.
a go fuck yourself thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
Mr.
I
Ken,
don't
you got great
actually
news for
care.
you. You got firewalks tonight. No energy drink.
Okay, what are we doing other than Yuri going on?
I mean, I can still run out and get their attention.
If you want to
And
get shot at,
then-
be my guest, Nameless.
And then Zoidberg back.
What is this Zoidberg? Sounds delicious.
Alright, here's the problem. There is no supply. There's no tracks for supplies going in or out of in or out of fort. That means they don't need supplies. That means they are fucking loaded. 60 to 80 people. I don't know if we can take that many people in a certain fight. Secondly, there is no way. Even if we draw off one or two groups, that will alert. I promise, attacking one group will alert the others, and that is a firefight we are not going to. Period.
Are they hostile right off the bat? Certain characters, like or Novik?
You fought scavs in New Haven, so you assume yes.
So here's what I'm kind of thinking: if we can lure them back to the tree line and kill them in like stealth, then Nez can change into one of them because he'll be able to study it, and then we have 3 outfits that somebody can wear. And then I'm a tabaxi, so I'm sure I can hide somewhere somehow.
What
I
kind
can
of?
wild shape into any creature that I've seen.
Okay, what kind of like? I know you said it's open field, but is it like literally like trimmed grass open field, or like what are we looking at?
You got like maybe foot tall grass in this field. Like it's
You can low crawl.
prairie wild grass.
Oh, it's prairie grass, bro. We can low crawl through that.
I mean, I also have my cloak. I can crawl up to them.
Okay, that changes plan a little bit. Foot
I
tall
know
grass.
not
You went.
about the sneaking, but if you need something in this fort destroyed,
So primarily, him and I can get up to the gate. That is not problem. Problem is getting gate open for all of you to get in, and then all of you getting to the fort without getting shredded.
well, if you
That
can
is
get
problem.
me to the gate, I can make sure it's open.
Plus, can't you just do your walk up the wall shit and go and open the gate?
Yes, but that leaves the problem of how many of them can I kill before they kill me.
That's fair.
Third option: wait for a group to go. Wait for patrol to go back into camp. We follow in. We use that small window where they open the fucking door to break into camp. There isn't. I doubt we could really do much stealth-wise. This is going to be a straight-up fight. I don't. This might be a failing on me, but I don't see a way to stealth it. This is a fortress, after all. If it were, whoever built this fucking thing definitely did a good job. That said, you two can do pass without trace. With the smallest thing you two can transform into.
I can't transform.
I know you can't. I'm talking to you.
Nez and
Shane.
Nora.
Yes, you two.
Nez can essentially change humanoid shapes. He can maybe go down to a small class, but he can't change his form significantly. He has to stay within the humanoid region.
Okay.
So like he can't go super large, but he can basically stay within medium or go small.
Okay, so you Aura, what the smallest thing you can turn into?
Probably the smallest thing she's seen is like a fly or a small bird.
Good enough for me, right? I was going for a rat, but that works too. Okay,
I mean, that's
thought.
probably also on the table.
I have thought. Okay. The cat and I will sneak up. We'll wait for nightfall. The cat and I will sneak in. We'll sneak up to wall. Okay. I will walk up wall carrying him. You turn into smallest thing you can, and you sneak with us. One of you cast pass without trace, make you sneak easier. Creed is not going to sneak into a fucking thing, no offense. But if Creed were to, I don't know, walk up and surrender, that gets him inside of the fort. The hard part is
We
getting
are
everybody.
sacrificing Creed.
You shut up and let me finish. Then you turn into smallest thing, okay? Rat, bird, something, anything, right? That gets all of us into the fort. Well, yes, he will be temporarily a captive. We will all be right there to break him out. And it's not like his gear will go very far. We'll be right there with him. Or he can just claim to want to become a scavenger.
That's not going to happen. As I point out, you don't even believe that.
You cut out there, bud.
Yeah, you did.
Hang on, it's switching over now. Or, wait, goodbye, phone.
That's not going to work, and you know yourself. Just saying that. It doesn't look like it's had to be a scavenger.
Then you could surrender. They will take you into fort, where all of us will be, and we will all kill them, and then have happy murder time. We have to take fort. We don't have army at back to call for support. Therefore,
I have a suggestion, but it's more of a joke than an actual recommendation for combat.
I am open to ideas.
I could surrender. I could tell them that they could I think what the term is. Oh, they could ransom me off to Leandros, and we just wait, and Leandros will come and kill them all.
Or we could just do that. Have thought. That's actually a good idea. Have thought. But better thought. Let's see. What was the name of that fucking town we fought the scavs in last time?
New Haven.
New Haven. Thank you. Okay. I will take you captive. I am a scavenger from New Haven. But I'm a vampire. I will tell them this. The vampires are not exactly known for their friendliness of the law. That helps.
Wait, so that means Nez has already seen them.
Yeah. Nez knows what a scav looks like.
So Nez can just change into a scavenger and walk with you, and you both can say that you captured him.
Yes. We are bringing you, Creed, here to fort as a secure place to await your ransom. Then we have Cat sneak up, because Cat is sneaky. Right? She turned into mouse, bunny, cat, whatever the fuck. Gets her into the wall. Everybody.
She has a name.
Hey, nobody cares. Keep going.
That gets everybody into Vol. Everybody in position.
What about Okros?
Yeah. Can't exactly hide up a berry.
He is scavenger too. He is bodyguard for me, my bodyguard. I pay him, mercenary. Any of you have better plan?
No, I like that plan actually.
I was just gonna walk up and try and be a pacifist and get my ass arrested and escape, but you know.
Okay, let us do thing. Everybody okay with plan? Okros, big guy, you good with that?
I think it would be a lot more simple if I just destroyed the gate, but whatever.
You will have time to blow up shit, I promise.
Well, if all else fails, you might still get to destroy the gate. So
Yeah, if this goes sideways, you very well might have a chance to do exactly that. Okay, everybody has plan. Everybody knows plan. Let us wait till nightfall, and then we do plan.
I think Aura should probably turn into like a fly or something. Stay with you guys. She can cast Pass Without Trace. So in case you need to be stealthy, you can.
Better
Because
yet,
that'll go against all of you. Yeah. And then I can go by myself.
better yet, Aura, turn to rabbit. I put in backpack. Don't fucking puke on me this time. That keeps you. That keeps party all
The
together.
fucking callback, dude. I love it.
That keeps party all together. You, my fellow metal cat friend, can sneak to grass and provide overwatch and sniper cover in case this ghost hits up. It's a good plan. I like this plan. This plan could actually work.
I am fully expecting it to go tits up. Just letting you know. But I like the plan. Any objections?
No.
Create any objections?
Really?
All right, cool. When nightfall, I will summon friends to help us. Grim, I don't have the data sheet for wolves, so I'm gonna fucking rely on you for that one if combat happens. I don't have the data sheet, so. All right, DM.
All right, so fucking start telling me what you're doing.
We're
What's your
waiting for
plan?
nightfall.
All right, you're waiting for nightfall. Nightfall eventually happens, and you find yourselves along the darkness of the wood line, looking at the fort as torches begin to light on the inside, light coming out of the windows, and the patrols start to carry torches as well. All of them seem to pull it out of their bags and simply light them as they continue walking. You now find yourself at the mercy of the lack of light that now surrounds you. What do you do?
Good thing I have perfect night vision. All right.
I think I have dark vision as well.
Yuri is going to softly whistle, and I'm going to summon. What is it? How many is it? Fucking. It is 3d6 wolves.
First off, it is not a soft whistle. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking.
This is going to be some like Gandalf calling freaking Shadowfax level
Yeah,
whistle.
like it is a whistle that will echo across the field if you like to retcon your shit.
It just says magically calls them. I don't know how you summon them.
Yeah, it's you do a fucking like magical whistle and just like wolves show up, but like you have to actually reach out to them, Aquaman.
Okay, well I will then wait for Aura.
Keep that in your back pocket.
I'm gonna wait for Aura to do the thing. So she is now Bunny, right? Aura?
Uh-huh.
I didn't say that. Who says I'm turning into a bunny?
Okay, turn into something.
I'm a wild shape into
Good
a
night,
rabbit, just
Raph.
to appease the vampire.
You should have been in bed 2 hours ago, but we love you anyways. Thanks for
Okay,
stopping in.
I'm gonna put the rabbit in the backpack.
Night, Raph.
Good night,
Night,
Ralph.
Raph.
Going to very just kind of shittily tie up Creed.
Shittily tie up Creed. Okay.
Yeah. It's enough that he would be able to get out of it.
Right.
I feel like you're taking me a prisoner.
Yes.
God, I can understand.
Creed is upset that you're half-assing the charade.
Fine, I will actually take him prisoner then.
Okay. All right. So you have Creed prisoner. Aura is a bunny in your bag. Nameless is doing nameless things. Okros is in the woodline somewhere. Nez, do you shapeshift?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
shapeshift into one.
So you were able to change your base appearance to it. Your clothing still remains the same, but you do look like them. You look like a person.
Don't we all?
You look like a sea elf. He looks like a scavenger. Now.
Actually, I look like a rabbit, thank you.
I'm sorry, you look like a rabbit now. Anyway.
New Haven, right? Just to remember, it's New Haven, right?
It's New Haven is the town where you fought them first. Yes.
Okay.
So
right.
with this, your plan goes into action as you begin to walk Creed down the roadway towards the gates. You get about 100 yards until you hear a whistle from the battlements as you feel a spotlight of sorts swing over and light you up in the surrounding area around you up.
Okay, and as that's happening, I want to do Pass Without Trace, pull up my cloak, and try to get to the wall.
All right.
Are you with us?
No.
With,
He is off the path from you guys.
Okay, well. Yeah.
So,
No
Nameless,
point
go
in
ahead
doing
and
that.
roll me stealth if you haven't already.
Grim, the magic number is 12, by the way.
12-1. Wolves.
Wolves.
Okay.
18.
All right.
With
Oh, I guess with no, that was without Pass Without Trace, so with that would add 10 to it, so 28.
Okay. Do. Okay. Alright, and then do a couple of rolls for some goobers. Alright, so you are able to pass by multiple patrols relatively quickly and quietly as you're quickly maneuvering through the grass. Basically lending your... Who is bitching about parentheses? Is it Mandy? Is Mandy bitching about
It is
parentheses?
Mandy, yes.
I'll fix it, I guess, if it makes her feel better.
No, don't fix it.
No.
Why is she bitching at me right now? Why? Anyway, you quickly sneak past a number of patrols going behind the light and behind them, using your small stature, your cloak, and your pass without trace spell to get close to the wall. Roll me perception.
Perception.
I'm sorry, I don't have perception.
Oh shit!
I don't know what that is.
Dark Phantom's raiding us. Oh fuck!
Oh, shit, dude.
The Phantom.
The Phantom has raided. Here he is, the myth, the man, the crazy bastard himself, is here. He has brought with him a KK, who's also hiding amongst the goobers, and apparently Rage, who was also in the raid.
I did have him tabbed.
I mean, fair enough. I don't know why my raid alert didn't go off. I wonder if it got turned off because I was dealing with that whole setting. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. How goes D&D? D&D goes good. They're currently trying to sneak into a fort. So hang on to your nuts because I'm not sure how this is going to turn out.
Oh,
I said, KK, you're hiding amongst the rabble, you pretty koala, you. Alright, so. Oh, God, I love it when I crack my vertebra. It just resets my upper torso. Oh, and then Danny's here.
I love when your neck snaps like a fucking twig.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Love to see it.
Alright, so, as I was saying before we were interrupted by our fantastic people who are coming in to give us some nice old TLC, Mr. Rage, Mr. Nameless, you get past those patrols, you get within about 120 feet of the wall, and I require a perception from you, good sir.
With advantage, because his sight?
It's not long distance, so no, it is not with advantage.
That doesn't say shit about long distance.
It's with your ears.
Fuck.
It's with your
You make me
damn
do it with
cat
your ear
ears.
holes.
19.
So with a 19, you can almost hear what sounds like a large bowstring tightening and creaking above your head.
Oh.
Give me a dex save with advantage, please. How dare you, Phantom, raid and run, you bastard?
16.
With the nat 1 as an option? Yes, you'll take the 16. Thank you for the raid, Phantom. We appreciate you, big guy.
Thank you, Phantom. Have a good night, dude.
Right,
Good night.
Do the big snooze. So, with a 16 on the dex save. No. You don't get hit by a ballista bolt that lands next to you in the dirt with a solid thunk. Oh, it's a new job, you say. Interesting.
Wait, was it fired at him?
Ooh.
Yes.
How did they see me?
Give me another perception with advantage to look up at the ballista that just fired at you.
$18.
You look up and you look at the ballista and you realize that you see it moving, but there's no one near it.
It's fucking magic.
It seems it's almost if it's animated. As the ballista fires down at you, you see someone next to the ballista come running over with a torch to reload it as you see the bowstring get pulled back. But you start hearing them whistle and click something to signal as they're trying to get a light source over to their side of the wall. So go ahead and give me a dex check, not a dex save, a dex check to try and get yourself back into a place where you can't be seen.
15.
Alright, so with the 15, you're able to quickly scamper into the grass as you see that there is a pause between the ballistas firing at you.
Okay.
So you find yourself against the wall, but you can still hear the ballista above you rotating and trying to find you. As if it knows you're there, but it can't pinpoint where you are. You feel as if you're in a blind spot.
And I'm up against the wall.
Yes.
Then I guess I will remain here and watch what goes on with the rest of them.
You continue to hear noises above you. and creaking of metal as they finally get a light source out as another spotlight turns on and starts sweeping the grass around where the ballista bolt landed about 100 feet out from you.
Okay,
And-
then I'll put my cloak still on, so I just want to hide against the wall.
Yeah, that's fine. So you hide against the wall, keeping yourself very small. As we flip back to Yuri, Creed, and Nez, with ore in the bag, as they have a spotlight on them. As you three can also see, the two ballistas above the gate have turned and aimed at you as their strings tighten and relax as they look down at you. As you see scavenger patrols come up to you and simply go, "What business you have?"
The response, by the way, when they whistled, also I whistled for my wolves. So,
all right, they heard another loud whistle. No one seems to know where it came from.
I have prisoner for you. We captured this one over in New Haven. See, it's New Haven. I swear to God, I can't remember the name of that
It's
fucking
New
place.
Haven.
It's New Haven.
Yeah.
I've told you like 4 times it's New Haven. But
Yeah,
you got
exactly.
it.
You've told me. We captured
So
them in New Haven.
the scav walks up to you as he's looking at the light and he's looking at Creed, and he goes, "You captured him at New Haven."
Yes.
Who was? Were you with? Were you
Admit
with
the rest
Scrap
of the menu
Hands?
simply coming to me. I too.
So you must
Creed,
have
we
been
can't
with
hear
Scrap
you.
Hands band. Then I imagine then if you captured this one that you stopped the crystal from being established, that New Haven is still ours?
I know nothing of Crystal. I am new to that band.
Roll
But
deception.
done. That's fine by me. That's not really that great. 12.
Plus a genius for a 15.
He doesn't believe you
With a 15?
because he
All
rolled
right.
a 19 without
Okay,
any
that's fine.
modifiers.
I would like to switch up tactics with you.
As you, in your head, begin to switch up tactics in your mind, you feel 12 presences appear behind you, and one of them runs past you and tackles the bandit in front of you. Or the scav, in this case.
Now, my friend, we can sit here talking about this all day long, but I am rather hungry. You see, the fangs are very much visible.
Oh no, if you're talking to the scav, he's on the ground being attacked by a wolf.
But I control them.
You summon them to your location.
Yes, I have control of them.
Do you really have control over them? Or is it just you summon them to your location and you can give them general directions?
Acting as allies of the vampire and obeying all commands. The beasts remain for 1 hour until the vampire dies.
Hey, you summoned them. Did you give them a command?
I didn't need to. I didn't give them the command to attack either, though.
They're acting as allies. They're beasts with low intelligence.
Heal.
As the beast pulls itself away from the scavenger, as he sees 11 other sets of eyes in the tall grass, looking upon you, the light flickering off the fangs that are now present in your jawline.
My pets and I are a little hungry. Now, we can sit here and talk all night long, at which point I will be very hungry. Or you will allow me to deposit this piece of shit into the fort, get my pay, and I can leave, and me and my friends can leave. Or I can just have a little taste right here. I would like to roll intimidation, please.
You can. Go ahead.
16. Fuck me, what is my dice, bro? It's so mid. I'm with a plus 10. Wait, does his flash link?
Fucking mid dice party.
So he got
his
a
flash
17.
Does his
No,
flash count still?
unless he wants to do it again.
Please do it
I'll
again.
do another flash.
Okay. So you do another flash of genius that gives Yuri the little bit of up to just barely beat the guards at disadvantage response
This guard's bald, bro.
as he just
Yeah,
looks at
to
you
emphasize
and goes, "Fine. I'll let you past. Doesn't mean that the rest of the fort will." As he goes to walk away from you. As he just see him raise up his hand and do a nice little circle motion with his right hand as he just has now got about 40 or so feet from you and has exited the spotlight you were in.
Sassy boy.
We will continue on.
You continue to approach the fort, the spotlight tracing you, making it hard for you to see outside of the radius the light lands on you. You feel that there are eyes watching your every step. You can see the faint glimmer of torches along the backlit areas of darkness outside of the light. And as you step closer, you get about 100 or so feet from the fort, and you hear another whistle from up above. As you hear a voice just yell down, "That's far enough. Leave him. We'll take him off your hands and we'll throw you the pay. And he steps closer, and you will be fired upon."
How far away?
About 100 feet from the gate.
You will forgive me, but I have specific orders to hand this filth over to whatever passes for your fucking commander. Your leader. If you have one, I suppose. But I am not handing him to some random person so he can escape. You understand who this man is?
About to be dead if you step any closer.
What is your name?
Ezekiel.
Fuck you, Ezekiel!
What's the other name?
Tony.
Fuck you, Tony.
You're not Ezekiel. I don't know why you're saying that. Immersion ruined.
He goes, "My name is Ezekiel. I am the fire commander of this base. I am one of the leaders here, and you have been trained on by the guns since you entered the opening."
Wait. Out of character, isn't Ezekiel the name of the first handgun we met? The one with the accent?
That's Azriel.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
I not frankly care about. I am not here. Sorry again. I do not care about your guns. Pathetic fucking munitions. Come down and grab your man so that I may have literally a million better things to do than deal with this posturing bullshit.
You are currently surrounded by 24 militiamen. Hand him off to one of them. We will bring them in through the gates and we'll hand him off. Or we will simply fire the 207 that is next to us on the battlements down at you, evaporating you, the prisoner, and everything else in between, as we know the man you bring forward And he is meant to be killed.
100 yards, 207. Ain't no way the hell they're gonna level. There's no way it has the depression.
You don't think the gun on the battlements that has a free depression range all the way down because they're on the actual turrets doesn't have the depression to hit you at 100 yards?
They're on the parapets of the battlement, right? Those are probably a solid 50 feet up. 100 yards?
You know, there is other guns around the fortress as well, including the ballistas that are trained on you. It's kind of it's a moot point that you're making. He goes, I recognize the man next to you. I don't recognize you.
The man next to me is in, like, Creed?
Nez.
Nez.
He knows who Creed is. He recognizes Nez because Nez took the face of someone that you guys deuced on in New Haven. He doesn't recognize you.
You don't recognize me because I make an effort to not be recognized. Being a vampire already attracts enough attention. I'd rather not have a known face.
So the blood-red clothing doesn't do anything for you?
You'd be surprised. Very little.
Okay. As I said before, you are surrounded. Drop off the prisoner. We will give you your pay, and you'll go about your day. There's no reason for you to enter the Broken Talon. We have spent many weeks securing this fortress and everything that's inside.
Clearly, you take your orders well. You are a credit to yourself and your watch. I give you credit where it is due. That said, I have specific directions to hand him off personally. The rest of them can remain here, that is fine. And I will meet you at the gate, but I must hand him off personally. My dogs will stay here too.
Roll persuasion.
That's a 30.
Here's... You have orders. From who? Exactly.
Oh, see. Oh my god, what was his name? Oh, we got his name. We heard his name. One of you help. Okay.
The Undying King that you're talking about?
No, the fucking bandit leader. He fucking said his name before we died.
Oh,
The
I
hell
was
would-
in the
Oh, fucking
The
course you
one
were.
that- The one that we let what's his nuts kill? Like take the last of them?
Yes. The bandit king. Or the bandit leader over there.
That was the man in red. He has nothing to do with these guys.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's who I thought you were talking about. Okay, guess it wasn't
No,
Leonard.
he's
No, this would be the
the name was
bandits
just
that were
said to
when we were setting up the crystal. That's what these bandits would be.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
group.
remember.
It said something band, something group. What the fuck was it called? They just said it a minute ago. You're part so you're part of the fucking something group.
Roll intelligence. Roll an intelligence check.
Wouldn't that be history?
No, it's him just trying to remember. History to be like
12.
looking at something and trying to understand what
It's
it is.
it's a 50-50, dog. 12.
So, you try to recall the name as you were busy trying to keep your facade up. You believe his name was Gorbaz.
Was what?
Gorbaz.
So just what intelligence says here, is not looking at something.
No, it's fine. It's fine, dude. My intelligence and history are both dog shit. It's fine.
Okay.
It's all. It doesn't matter if it's intelligence or history, dude.
I was trying to give you a little bit of a buff, dude. My
it's
bad.
It's the same plus 0.
I can't fucking help you then, bro. I can't help you then.
You believe the person he talked about was named Gorbaz. You're not entirely sure if that's right, but that's the name you believe he said.
Fuck it, we ball. I received my orders from someone named Gorbaz.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
Oh, you can kiss my fat ass! I got a nat 20, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A 19 and a 34, bro.
So, even with that 19, he looks at you and goes, "There's no commander named Gorbaz."
Then you can take that up with him. I don't know.
Take
the
that up with
situation
who? He
home.
doesn't exist.
So you know the name of Etheria Bandit. Cool, good to know. Look.
What town did you say you came from again? You said you came from New Haven?
Correct.
I sent that commander out there. His name was not Gorbaz. So where did you come from?
I told you I came to New Haven because I was hungry.
That answers nothing. You are testing my patience. Either do as I asked, or have, I don't know, everything will be fired at you at once. At this point, it is too late in the day for me to care about your existence. So again, either tell me where you came from and who sent you here and whose orders you're working on, and it better be someone who's actually here, or you leave the prisoner and you walk away and you will get paid by someone who will bring you your money.
And can I cute bunny him? Will he fall victim to cute bunny?
You know what? All right, Grim, we're doing this. Vampire charm. Target can see you.
Let me cute bunny him if I can.
If the target can see you, the target must succeed a Wisdom saving throw against your spell DC. If you are not a spellcaster, your spell DC is DC 8 plus your charisma modifier plus proficiency, but that doesn't matter because I am in fact a spellcaster. The charmed target regards you as a trusted friend, to be heeded and protected. Although the target isn't under your control, it takes your requests or actions in the most favorable way it can without risking its own life.
Alright, so do you do anything when you activate this? Do you do anything out of the ordinary? Do you stare at him? Do you say anything?
I just stare at him.
Alright.
And I attempt to make eye contact. Wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. My spell save DC is 17. Because this is my last discard. I don't have anything after this. If this goes fucking tits up, we're just rushing the gate. Because I got nothing, guys. I'm sorry.
He looks at you for a moment and goes, "Fine. I believe you. You may enter inside the fort to get your bounty, if that is what you wish, but your wolves will stay outside."
That is fine with me. Stay, boys. Let us go, mocking money bag.
The gate opens, and you, Nevs, and Creed are let through as the spotlight is turned off, and you see that you were surrounded by 36 people with guns. And as you enter, the gates closing behind you, you find yourself in a precarious situation as your teammates are still outside. 2 of them are, specifically. You, though, are inside the building.
Wait, I thought they would come with me.
So
He only said the
you, Nez, Aura, who's in your backpack, and Creed went inside.
Only one who's left outside is Kitty, right?
There's 2 left
And Okros.
outside.
Kitties.
The kitties, Okros,
Oh yes, the kitties.
and Nameless are
What's
still
forgetting about
outside.
us?
So, as you 2 or you 4 so we're gonna swap to working with Nameless and Okros, see how they get inside. For intents and purposes, we will put the tokens of our dear adventurers on the board. Is that you guys are now inside the inner walls. You can see that above and to the left of the Ravenholm map is a large grayed out area. I'll be cutting out a small portion of grayed out area that you will find yourself standing in. So we will have Creed and Yuri and Nez and then technically Aura. And so that's where the 4 of you are. While unfortunately we have Nameless and Okros outside the castle, the fort, which we're going to be dealing with now. So at this point in time, Okros, go ahead and give me perception at normal to see the defenses on the side that you're trying to sneak up on.
Oh, at normal? Then my first roll was my perception. Oh, that would be a 19 then. Nice.
So you would see, as you see essentially the same path Nameless took, and you see that everyone's being distracted, you make your best to kind of sneak up towards the wall. You get about 100 or so feet away from the wall. Nameless, I'll give you perception advantage to see Okros and warn him of the ballista that's above you. So you clearly see Okros coming across the field very slowly and very low to the ground, trying his best to almost imitate a lion's God, I'm fucking blanking on the word.
Prowl?
Prowl, thank you. Yes. A stalk, if you will. Stalking motion. Through the grass. You see him as he's about to cross the threshold where the ballista bolt landed near you, and you were able to wave at him to stop. Okros, roll me a wisdom save, please.
Okey-doke. Ooh, that's an 18.
You realize that Nameless is not waving high, he is telling you to stop where you are. As you look to your left and see that there is a ballista bolt in the ground.
Why is he saying hello? Oh, never mind.
You look above him and you see that 2 of the ballistas on the wall have aimed themselves at you, even in the dead of night and without you being seen by anything else.
Stop moving. Kinda just. So I'm just outside of the radius, you said?
Yeah,
Like
you're
area
basically
they-
just outside their trigger radius.
Okay, I'm gonna back up just a little bit so that I'm not like right on the edge of it, and then try to sign at Nameless to be like, well, what the fuck did I do then?
Roll performance.
Excellent. Okay, what's my performance? My performance is a 0, so that's a straight 15.
So, Nameless, in the beginning, you believe Okros is beginning to ham bone as he's playing on his thighs and waving many hand signals at you, until you realize he's basically asking you, "What the fuck do I do here?" What do you do to assist Okros?
Fuck me. So I want to like signal to him to just stay like low to the ground. So hand moving from top to bottom. Like stay low, and I want to try to climb the wall.
We'll try and climb the wall.
Climb the wall.
That will be athletics from you, sir.
That'd be a nat 20, sir.
All right. It's you are able to zoop yourself up the wall, and you get about halfway till you hit a window that's in the wall with light coming out of it.
So I see a window with the light coming out of it?
Yeah, you're basically about halfway up the wall, and you're kind of hanging on the edge of the window as like a stopping point.
Am I able to peek in and see anybody, or?
You're able to peek in, and as you peek in, I will put you on the Bataille map of where everyone else is. And I will cut out the fog so you see yourself. So you are on this section here, which I guess I'll just cut out the numbers so you can see that there are technically 5 floors.
Oh, jeez. Nice.
As you peek through the window, very slowly, you see the edge of a guard who's just kind of, or a scav at this point, not really a guard, as he's just kind of standing there doing a whistle and kind of bouncing on his balls of his feet and his heels, essentially. Just kind of chilling in a room that is relatively well lit.
Okay, I wish to keep going higher. I want to try to disarm those ballistas if possible.
You would like to what? Just so I...
Disarm the ballistas?
Okay, give me another athletics to climb up the rest of the wall. Do a big scoot.
18.
Alright. With an 18, you find yourself scaling the uppermost of the outer floor, and you find yourself... Oh, that is a triangle. That is not what I wished. I wanted a square. A square. You find yourself on the uppermost roof battlements here.
Okay.
And you see the ballistas along the outer walls. But you also find yourself on top of this building that lays within the center. So basically, you have clear access from the battlement you're on to the roof of the next building.
Okay, and where are the ballistas?
They are around you on the outer walls. So there are 8 in total, 2 on each side. And essentially, the 2 you're looking for are like directly next to you, about 30 feet in either direction.
Okay. Do I see anybody?
You see a couple of guards patrolling. A couple of scouts patrolling. But you think that if you were real sneaky-like, you could get up to those ballistas real easy.
Okay. I want to be real sneaky-like, and I want to cut the string to those ballistas.
Alright, so you go to sneak up towards the ballista. Roll me stealth, please.
I still have pass without trace on, yeah?
Yes, because it lasts for, I think, 10 minutes or an hour, one or the other. It's still, you're still within the realm possibilities anyways.
And 10 turns.
30.
So,
Yeah. So yeah, you, with that, you get up next to the ballista. And...
Up to an hour, by the way.
Alright, up to an hour, sweet.
up to an hour? Oh, I thought
So,
it was...
you
oh,
come
never mind.
up...
I must be
It's
thinking of...
concentration up to an hour.
So you sneaky breaky up to the first ballista. And you see that it is still moving on its own accord, looking over the edge of the battlement. And you come up next to it and you cut the rope. When you cut the rope, you see the ballista start to panic and start to swing around in all directions, almost as if it's acting like a wounded animal.
Like a wounded animal? Like they're alive?
Yes.
Okay. Well, fuck you, buddy. I want to go to the next one. And cut that one, too. So they can't shoot Okros.
Alright, so you quickly move to the other one, staying stealthily as you do so, trying to sneak below the attention of any guards on there. And you cut the second string, maneuvering past the awareness of the other ballista. And again, it begins to panic, almost trying to right itself as if something is wrong and it is trying to fix itself. And Okros, you can see the two ballistas are now moving around frantically and no longer aiming at you, giving you your opportunity.
All right. So I will proceed then, and I mean I'll still try to be stealthy because I don't want to be detected by anybody on the wall while I'm trying to get up to it.
I mean, retaining your current stealth check, you're able to get up to the wall without being detected.
Oh, excellent. And do I? Oh, I mean, I might as well try to climb up after him before I do anything else.
Alright, so roll me athletics to climb the wall.
Okay, plus... that is a 22.
So you begin climbing the wall. Nameless, as you are standing in between the two ballistas, seeing Okros come up to the wall very quickly and begin to climb it, you realize that he's not as quiet as you are when it comes to climbing things. And he's definitely making a little bit of noise, even though that he's doing it really quickly and really effortlessly. You're afraid someone's going to come looking. What do you do?
How far away is he from me?
He's about 30 feet below you on the wall.
30 feet?
Yeah, give or take.
So, my pass without trace will go onto him as well, correct?
As he would cross into that threshold, it would if you had casted it just then, but because you cast it on yourself, you're the only one affected. It's not an aura spell. You have to select targets within the casting range when you start.
Yeah.
You can try and signal him. You can try and cause a distraction. You can do anything you think will help the situation at hand.
Can I cast it again?
I mean, if you have the spell slot, you can technically cast it again for your action.
Yeah, I got 2 more.
Yeah, you can technically
So-
recast it, sure.
So yeah, I would like to recast it with Okros as a target,
Alright, so you recast
as well as
it,
myself, because it's 30 feet from me.
Well, it covers you defaultly, but yeah, so you cover
Yeah,
yourself
okay.
and Okros. And Okros, your hand falls as you're grabbing against the rocks and become much quieter. And as you're scaling the wall, you get past the same window that Nameless had poked his head in earlier. And you see one of the scabs actually put his head out and look around, go, "What was that noise?" "Must have been the wind," and puts his head back inside. As he looks like dead at you for a second, and then looks away as if you weren't even there. And so you make it up the wall without issue as you climb over the top next to Nameless with the 2 ballistas that have now just fully depressed themselves out of, anxiety-induced panic. They've accepted their fate, so to speak. And so now both of you find yourself on the battlements with a couple of scabs that are patrolling, including that one commander you heard talking to Yuri before he let them inside. And so essentially, for all intents and purposes, Okros, you and Nameless would find yourself here along this rooftop.
Can I see where the patrols are?
I mean, you can see that there's 6 scavs that are walking the battlements, basically checking on the ballistas, moving the spotlights. They have torches and are just kind of like walking around. You can definitely tell that you have probably a few minutes before someone discovers the ballistas have had their strings cut.
Well,
So is all 6 of them together, or are they all separate?
Oh, they're all separate. They're all in different parts of the battlements walking around.
Well, I think we're gonna have to kill them before they find these 2 ballistas that I sabotaged.
now this is a plan I like.
But we have to do it quietly.
Fine.
I just don't want the rest of them down there to be killed because, we're fucking people up here. So as long as you're within 30 feet of me, we can be stealthy. So we'll have to move together.
I will try to kill quietly. And stick close to you.
Can we has tokens?
Yep. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Oh. I zoomed the wrong way at first. What the heck on my scroll wheel? Whoa.
So you 2 find yourselves on the battlements with those 6 individuals that are patrolling, the blue cones representing their vision. You hear the gates open and shut as Yuri and Nez and Creed are let through the front gates, and the patrols beneath you go back to their normal routines.
Are these the ballistas?
Those are staircases.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought that was like their range of what they could see. But yeah.
Oh, the radius of how? Yeah,
Yeah, the radius. Yeah. Okay, so where are these ballistas? I mean, they're right next to us.
The other ballistas are. Let me just do this to make it easy. No, not that token. Get out of here, token. Get out of here. You're the wrong one. Bonk. So the other ballistas are in these locations.
Okay.
So basically you have 8 in total. You have technically disabled the 2 to the south, so I'll label them as dead.
Alright.
With people right next to it.
Yeah,
I think it's actually that one. There it is.
Okay. And these ballistas, they can't turn and fire at us, right? Like if we're on like this area, like this one can't turn around and fire this way? Or can they?
You have no idea.
Mm.
Now that you're on the battlements, you can give me a perception to see if you can take a look at what these ballistas look like.
Sure, I will do that. I'm taking a look with advantage, yeah?
Yes.
Mm.
Wouldn't have fucking mattered anyways. They were both 8s.
Damn.
Both 13.
So you see that these ballistas not only sit on a base, but they seem to have legs that come off the side of the base that currently seem folded up as they're perched on these parts of the battlements. But they look like functioning legs if they wish to use them.
Okay. And to get from here to here, so from where we are to over here to try to get to this guy, and we can just go through the staircase, yeah? Or do we have to go around?
Well, you could probably jump through the staircase.
Okay.
Oh, didn't do.
Let me rephrase. You could jump through the staircase. Okros may have a hard time jumping through said staircase.
Okay.
Spider mixed with ballista? Yeah, basically. Except they have, like, 2 dumb cartoony legs. They don't have, like, spider legs. And so while you two are formulating your plan, go ahead and figure one out in your brain bits on how you approach it. Because at the same time as you guys are dealing with that situation, Nez, Yuri, Creed, and Aura, you find yourselves at the entrance of the central building that makes up the interskeleton of the fort. And you see that the building is about 5 floors tall. So it's about 50 feet tall at its highest. That matches the battlements and turrets that outline the walls of this fort. And in front of you is a large wooden door with a small window, bathing in light on the inside. What do you do?
Well, how long is that going to last for, Yuri?
I'm sorry, I completely spaced out. What?
What do you mean you spaced
He's
out?
asking what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't
turn.
know. My fucking brain just completely snapped back to reality.
Listen, Mitch McConnell, I need you to not hit your reset button when we're in the middle of a D&D session.
Feed me poor people.
You stand in front of a large wooden door of the central building that makes up the interskeleton of the fort. The interskeletal building, or the central building, is 5 stories tall, with a rooftop that connects to the battlements and ballistas and cannons that are placed around the 8 turrets that make up the wall. You're standing in front of a large wooden door that leads as the main entrance into said central building. Inside you can see light. What do? You still have Creed technically captive. You are with Nez, and Aura is still in your backpack as a rabbit.
I would like to try and use stealth to loosen his bonds just enough to where the Creed could get out of it if he needed to.
Okay. Roll sleight of hand.
The fuck is sleight of hand? Oh, there it is. I was like, the fuck is sleight of hand?
It's in alphabetical order on your sheet.
I'll go fuck myself. 7.
So, you don't loosen the bonds, and you don't make them much better. You don't make them looser, and you don't make them tighter.
It's fine. It worked.
You just kind of slap the ropes around Creed's wrist. Creed looks at you confusingly.
Do you have a floor plan for this, just so I can visualize?
Back on. I'm sweating. You know.
I have a floor plan built into the map, but you don't know it.
Okay, what do we see?
You see a door in front of you.
Okay, I'm going. That's the only thing I'm doing. I'm going through the door.
Okay, so you open the door. Those are the words you're going to use?
I mean, there's nowhere else I can go, right? Or else, nothing else I can do.
You can do anything your mind wants you to do. Just tell me what you want.
Is there anyone in this little chamber with us?
No,
other than us.
So you're in essentially the green between the main gate and the front door of the central building. In this green, you currently at this time cannot see anyone around you. You're basically in the space between the walls and the central building.
Okay, I guess we're gonna make our way towards the keep.
You're literally standing in front of the door to the keep.
Then we go into the keep.
Okay. You open the door into the first room, and you see that there is a guard standing in the corner. You will enter with your captive and yourself, and he turns to you and goes, "Oi, who let you in here? What's with him, Mr. Shiny Pants?"
Fuck me, what was Captain Thrall's name? Why can't I remember names, bro? Ezekiel, yeah.
I have to have sexual relations with your mother.
Shout out to Mr. Shiny Pants.
He goes, "Oh, Shiny Pants has a mouth on him. I imagine you're here to turn in his bounty, if Ezekiel lets you in."
You guessed it. What do I say about getting paid?
Well, there's a few captains on the floor here as well as above us. It just depends on who's going to be accepting him or not.
Any tips?
Not really. I just get paid to guard the door and make sure anyone who comes through gets vetted. I don't know the inner amalgamations of who collects what bounties.
Fair enough.
And as you're speaking to the man, you see that behind him is a door, and to your right is a staircase.
We will go up the staircase.
He returns to his neutral position as you go up the staircase, and you find yourself in a small square room on the second floor. As another guard steps through the doorway and goes, "Oi, what are you doing up here?"
I am looking for one of your captives, or one of your captains, so that I may claim my bounty on this Mr. Shiny Pants, as your friend down below called him.
This is the bathrooms. So unless all three of yous are going to be taking a shit together, I suggest you turn around and go back down the way you came.
Could you give me directions?
Down the fucking staircase.
To where your captains are.
I look in the central building. Why am I the one giving you directions? Go down the staircase. I'm trying to drop a hot one in the porcelain over here.
This would be a good fucking paycheck. Down the stairs. I'm slipping out of my accent. Give me a minute.
You step down the stairs back to the first guard, who simply nods to you and goes, "You went to the bathrooms, huh?" A good first step would be going through the door behind me.
I had to take a piss. Go through the door.
So you go through door. Oh no, I don't want to take his cone of seeing.
His cone of shame.
His cone of sight. And so you all step through the door, and you find yourself in a long hallway with a door to the south and another guard at the far end who simply does not seem to care. He just simply rotates from left to right once in a while, basically checking his corners. And you see that there are multiple windows and a door to your south.
Follow corridor to door to south.
Oh, to the next door.
You step through the door to your south into a large chamber with a staircase and 3 scavengers in it, along with someone who seems to be of higher rank in the corner. His armor seems a little bit less piecemeal, it seems better put together, and he's just kind of staring you down as you enter the room. He goes,
Ori,
"Yeah, what do you want?"
I want my bounty. Oh my god, what the fuck was that accent?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Your bounty for what?
Bounty.
What bounty am I
Shrek
giving
for
you?
a second. I channeled Shrek for a second there.
Yes, you did.
I was sent here to claim a bounty from this little shithead. Apparently, it is quite a nice one.
I don't recognize him. Who put the bounty out?
Do you see a flyer in my hands?
I should.
Do you want Creed or not?
Who the fuck is Creed?
Okay, clearly I'm talking to the wrong person. Where are the other where are the...
They're the rest of the central building. Go bother someone else who gives a shit.
Thank you.
The guard on the staircase steps to the side as he kind of motions up. And you all find yourselves now in the second floor main chamber. That holds 2 guards and another, or 2 scabs and another scab that seems to be relatively well put together. As they all look at you and go, "Oh, what the fuck is this? Why do you have a shiny man in cuffs coming up here? What exactly do you want?"
Oh, I don't have time for this. I just want my fucking bounty.
Do you have a flyer?
If one more person asks me for a flyer, I swear to God, I'm going to rip their throat out and drink.
That's the spirit, but where's your flyer?
Or silently, like, bunny Snickers in the backpack.
Where is Ezekiel?
He's probably on the upper battlements. I mean, you can take the stairs again, or you can, if you go up to the next floor, it'll lead you to the spiral staircase that takes you to the rooftops.
Okay, that will work, thank you.
And so, begrudgingly, you head up to the third floor room.
Yeah, I swear to God, you're just gonna have to roll for a headache at some point.
As you find yourself in a room with 3 guards and what you would assume to be another captain. They all turn and look at you and go, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Not doing this again. Looking for Ezekiel. He has my bounty.
You don't have a flyer, do you?
I swear to God. I just want my
We
bounty.
may be scavengers, but we take pride in our paperwork and our record keeping.
Said no scavenger ever. I swear to God, you're less like scavengers and more like mercenaries. Fuck me in the ass.
How do you think we took this fort so well, you sparkly bastard? If you're looking for Ezekiel, take the spiral staircase to the south and go up.
Thank you.
And he points you towards a door to the south that will take you to a spiral staircase. And as you take these staircases up, you find yourself in a weird predicament of where you're in a spiral staircase at the top of it, and you don't really see a door. You just see windows pointing out in all directions as you look down on the rooftops. And you see 2 ballista to your southeast that seem to have been tampered with. Their strings cut and their muzzles, in a sense, pointed downward.
About how far down?
What do you mean about how far down?
You said we're...
You're looking down at the rooftop. You're about 10 feet above the rooftop.
Oh, bet.
With windows surrounding you.
I'm going to push Creed into the corner so no one can see it. Then I'm going to cut his bonds.
Okay. You do that as we switch to Nameless and Okros as you were going through the bureaucratic nonsense that is the scavenger trying
bro.
to hand in bounties.
I'm gonna fucking aneurysm.
Nameless and Okros, you are now able to do what you feel is necessary to clear up this rooftop.
Okay. Couple questions. First,
Yes.
do we know that they're here?
You do not. They are coming up the
Okay.
stairs or going through the bureaucratic nonsense as you guys are doing this specific action.
Okay, second question. So, Okros was a target for my Pass Without Trace, yeah?
Yes.
If he leaves that 30-foot radius and then comes back into it, does it, like, debuff and then rebuff?
I do not believe it will rebuff. If he leaves, he loses the buff, if I remember correctly.
I was worried about that.
So let me double check. Feel shadow silence radiates from you, making your companions, masking you and your companions for the duration. Each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you. She's his bonus leaves behind no. Nope. You don't have an aura. It's just you have to pick creatures within 30 feet of you at start, so he can leave your side.
Oh, sick.
It's not a
so
radius.
he'll still have the buff?
Yeah, it's when you cast your
Okay.
spell, you can only cast it on those people around you.
Oh. Plan A?
Plan A.
Okros? Plan A. Okay. So because this is what? 10 feet? Yeah? 15 feet?
About 15, yeah.
I could jump across that? Yeah? Maybe?
I can always assist you if you want.
last time a fucking barbarian tried to throw me, I went 10 feet in the air and then, like, smashed the ground. So,
You're also a much larger character and a barbarian.
it's true. These dreams haunt me. Yeah, can Okros, like, throw me over to the side?
Yeah, Okros, give me athletics.
I would like to rage first so that I have advantage, please.
Of course.
That is a 19.
You are able to huck Nameless across the gap with relative ease.
Cool. So how far am I from this guy?
Exactly what the
I'm guessing I have to go
measuring
this
tool
way.
tells you. So everything is to scale on this
10
map.
feet.
So you're 35 from him. You are a 30-foot movement to the ballista here, and then you are a 40-foot movement from that ballista to him.
You said 30 to the ballista and then 40 to him?
30 to the ballista and 40 to him, yeah. So either 35 as the crow flies, or 70 if you follow the rooftops.
Well, I mean, I can't, like, fly over there, huh? What would that be, athletics?
To what?
Or
Try
acrobatics?
and jump the gap?
Yeah.
Depends. You want to use your dex or your strength to do it?
Definitely use dex if I was going to do it.
Alright, then that would be acrobatics.
Okay. Gotta weigh my options here. Because swords need to be within 5 feet, yeah?
Yes. You need basically be in the adjacent square.
Okay, so even if I use my feline agility, that'll only be 60 feet. They'll still be 10 feet away from me.
Yes.
Shit fucks.
I just realized
can't
something I
use-
could have done that would have helped more, but it's too late. Oh well.
Yeah, and I can't use my Zephyr Strike because that's concentration, so it's pass without trace. So if I want to lose the stealth buff, but I don't want to lose the stealth buff. I mean, I guess I got one fucking choice. Let's just send it. So I'll give you an acrobatics roll.
Alright.
My stomach hurts for this. Oh, 18.
So, with an 18, you aren't able to cross the whole distance to between him and you, but you're able to move the 10 and then quickly across the other side of the roof without losing any more movement.
So just 10?
Yeah, so you only use 10 feet of your movement.
Okay. So I guess now I'll kick in my feline agility. Should have done that first, but I guess it doesn't matter here because I can still reach them. And I want to, with my cloak on and everything, still stealthily get beside him. So, right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then I have 2 short swords I wish to attack him with. And I do have 2 weapon fighting. So I would get 2 slashes per action. Yeah?
Yep. So you can either
Perfect.
try and roll to hit him normally, or you can give me emphasis to try and execute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the lowest that I could get with the 4 swipes, if I do hit him all 4 times, would be 20. 20 damage. At the point where I think the dice have been really fucking good to me tonight, I'm like, this is where it's gonna fall off.
Who's to say until you try?
Well, I would have advantage on the hits, right? Because he doesn't know I'm there.
Yep. You are sneaking and flanking, so you would have advantage.
I think I'll take the bitch way out this time and just 4 swipes with the short swords.
All right.
Gonna fucking shredder
Yep.
it. Here
So
for it.
you are basically going to have advantage on each of your attacks.
Okay. So first one, 13. I got a 5 and a 4.
Big
But
oof.
13.
That's still a hit.
Still a hit?
Still a hit.
Okay. That'd be 9 damage.
Yep. Go ahead and just roll all your attacks. See if they all land.
Okay. Oh, okay. That would be a 23.
Yep.
A 25.
All right. Roll your fourth.
And a 25.
All right. So roll damage 3 times.
So 6, 7, and a 5.
So 27 in total. Let's put you over half his hit points, which means he has to roll shock. And he's somewhat still standing, but you slice him that he just kind of thwumps over. You catch him by surprise, and he just doesn't do too well. You just cut him up his legs and his abdomen, and just... he's done. Bonk.
Whew.
Alright, Okros, for your action.
Well, before that, I just want to move another 5 feet.
Okay.
So that way I'm at 0, so my feline agility can recycle.
Am I still able to utilize my, like, because this is happening at the same time, right?
Same
Technically?
time as
Or-
what, him doing his own thing?
Yeah, like I raged through him and now I'm doing my stuff.
Yes. Now you're doing your stuff.
So I'd be able to take my bonus leap action that I normally take when I rage?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to... that's 20 feet. So I'm just going to leap 15 feet this way then to increase my movement that way.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move my 45 towards that guy, and I think I have a throwing weapon. But... because, yeah, that won't get me quite close enough to him.
Yes, you're just outside of reach for melee.
Oh. I think that was... I keep forgetting I can do the dash. Well, it was about here.
Wasn't it like right up to here? I thought it was to this light, or to this line.
Yeah, you were right there.
Okay. Thank you. I keep forgetting how to get the move to do the measure as well.
You click on the person on your measure tool. Like, it's on the top on your option bar. You either have the ruler or the person.
Oh, I see. Aha. That'll do it. For some reason, I thought it was part of the move tool itself, and I was like, I can't find where it is. I'm blind. Yeah, good. Cool. Thank you. The thing I will do is I'm going to yeet my two... Actually, I have 4 javelins.
That you do. And I'll ask you the same question. Are you going to take the bitch way out, or you want to go emphasis for execution?
Hey, fuck you, it worked, okay?
May have to try to roll emphasis to see if I can skewer this guy with a javelin.
Alright. Sounds like I need an emphasis roll from you, sir. 2 natural D20s.
Oh dear. Okay, so first one is a straight 17, and the second one is a straight 13.
All right. So the 17 is what takes it, and you go to throw this javelin at this shitheel bandit, and you throw it, and you stick him in the back, and he falls off the edge. Just ah.
Excellent. And then with my second attack, I do believe even my ranged attacks count as siege attacks while I'm raging against constructs. As
Technically, constructs are structures, so
or,
yes. Or certain ones can be, yes.
Would the ballista be considered as such?
They'd be considered siege weapons, but for all intents and purposes, I'll say they also count as structures, because they are large structures before they were animated.
I do believe. Yes. Excellent. Okay. So that doesn't appear to give me advantage, it just increases my damage against them.
Yes.
So I'm going to throw my hand axes, because I get a second attack with my first attack action, right?
Yes. You do have multi-attack.
And I'm going to throw a hatchet at it then, and then if that doesn't disable it, I'll throw my second hatchet.
Alright. Roll to hit it with the hatchet.
Okay, 23.
So with that, you seem to throw it well, and you seem to land it at the ballista. And it seems to land exactly where you wanted it, but it doesn't seem to disable it. It just seems to do damage and cause the ballista to kind of move around a bit.
Would it be advantage? Or would it have been advantage roll because he's not, like, the ballista doesn't know he's there? So it's a stealth attack?
Oh.
Hey, he still hit it. It's just that to disable it would be a different than just to attack it. Like, just if he wants to disable it fully versus just trying to attack it and cause it to be disabled. Because if you want to actually try to throw it and disable it, Rexus, that would be an athletics, not just a weapon attack. Because you'd be trying to perform an action with the hatchet at range versus trying to just hit it and do damage.
I see.
Because if you wanted to hit and do damage, you definitely did it. And you would do a pretty good amount of damage, but that doesn't mean that it is disabled.
Fair.
So, I'll let you retcon it. If you wish to try and disable the ballista from this distance, it would be an athletics throw to throw it both accurately and with enough force to break it in a certain way that allows it to not fire.
Alright. If you'll let me do that, then yes, please.
Yes.
I will throw the hatchet and try to cut the drawstring then.
Very good. Rolled athletics.
That is a 18.
So with your 18, you're able to hit it, and you were able to nick the drawstring. The hatchet lands solidly in the wooden body of the animated ballista. You see that the string is weakened, but it is not fully cut. The ballista begins to swing on its radius, its 180-degree radius in front of it, looking for whatever caused it to be hit. You see the legs begin to unfurl. You can make your second attack trying to use athletics to hit the specific spot once again, or do a different action.
I will I guess I'm gonna have to attempt that again because I can't get closer to do anything else.
All right. Roll athletics once again to try and disable the ballista with your hatchet.
Minded cock. 1 moment. Okay, that is better. That is like then the last roll is 20. Second math, please. 20, 24. 14 plus 8 is 22. 22.
22.
So, with throwing that second hatchet, you seem to hit the drawstring full on this time as the hatchet lands again in the solemn wooded body of the ballista. With the drawstring cut, the bow arm spring forward and cause the ballista to begin to panic and kind of thrash itself around as it's trying to figure out what exactly is happening to it. And you see it as well begins to teeter. And you can see that it's starting to lift up. And in this moment, you realize that if its full weight comes back down onto the rooftop, it's going to make some noise and may draw the attention of people nearby. So you're going to have 1 moment to fix this problem. What are you going to do?
Can I take a point of exhaustion to dash towards it to try to like tackle it, I guess?
You could.
I will attempt that then. Would that just be straight athletics then, or?
Yes, you would be. Well, it's be advantage on your athletics because you're raging still.
Oh, true. Oh,
So, yes.
I also just realized I was forgetting to roll with advantage on the other. Oh, whatever.
Yes, you will have advantage on your athletics check and take a point of exhaustion to close the distance.
Where the heck do I mark that on my?
I would do it under conditions.
Oh, okay.
Just write +1 to exhaustion, or however wish you want to mark it.
Okay. There we go. It has been marked down. Oh, well, those were both. Oh, well. I got a 20.
Alright.
No, wait, 14. 14, sorry.
You got a 14. Okay. So with the 14, as you close the distance, you go to try and hold it up as you just couldn't get enough leverage behind you to push it off the edge. And you try to gently bring it back down, but it continues to thrash, and it lands with a solid thud, significantly less than what would have happened without your interference, but still a solid thud regardless, as you quickly look around, hoping that no one has turned their eye towards you. And no one has, at least in this instant. And so now, with your actions done, I get to use my scatter die to observe the patrols. Alright, so first bandit, he rotates like this. And then he will move 7 feet. So he'll move 1 block. Second bandit rotates and cannot move. Third bandit rotates down and cannot move because there is a rooftop there. Bandit left of Nameless continues looking forward where he is and moves 10 feet. The captain to the north of Okros rotates and walks 5 feet. And so, as Okros and Nameless, you were completing these actions, trying to establish a safe corridor or try to neutralize the teeth of this fort, you see 3 familiar faces pop up in the window of the second battlement. You see an exasperated vampire, an out-of-place scavenger in Nez's clothing, and a still handcuffed Creed. And as you're all kind of looking at each other, as Yuri, Creed, and Nez, you see Okros currently holding up a ballista with very wide eyes, and Nameless standing next to someone that he just sliced to ribbons with short swords, also with very wide eyes, looking at you. And you all just kind of lock eyes for a second, trying to understand what exactly is going on as you're trying to figure out what the fuck. As you hear a loud crash and a roar near the gates.
I swear to God, 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 I swear to God.
Okros, you are closest to the edge of the... If it'll do the thing, thank you. You are closest to the edge of the... Okay, are you gonna play nice with me, Owlbear? Fix. It is not that small. Because that's... There's that. That is that. Yes. Great. Wonderful. I think it's that. Yes. Great. Update. Close. You look over the edge of the battlement you're standing on. And you look below as this terrifying monstrosity breaks through the front gate, covered in the blood and viscera of the patrols outside. You all were so focused on trying to get inside and find either the right person to hand in a flyer that you don't have, or trying to keep the ballista from firing down at anyone else trying to get close. This monster snuck up through the woodlands and began slaughtering all those that it came near. As you can see by its sloughing skin and exposed bone, its bright, mind the picture, bright green eyes that are emitting a miasma that is going down its body. You all see the trademark signs of it being raised as a tool by whatever god is looking to punish your existence. And as it breaks through the gates, bells begin to be rung as soldiers begin to yell and holler, attention being pulled to the main gate, footsteps running up and down the stairs. Yuri, Nez, and Creed, you hear from below you yelling up, "You lot! We got ourselves a begging, we gotta bag 'em, or we gotta run! Get down here!" As they're yelling up towards you to help them with this fight, as they believe you to be scavengers. You see multiple sets of legs running towards the armory, grabbing whatever they can as they prepare themselves to fight this monster outside. You begin to hear the thing that makes your heart drop as it breaks through the gates and begins to try and rip through the central building of the keep. You begin to hear the shambling groans of the undead horde just past it. And that's where we end our session.
Based.
Shouldn't this ballista be firing at him? Just out of curiosity.
Yes, it would be if it was its turn.
You know, sometimes it's beneficial to be a bunny in a backpack. I just put my entire bed together while listening to this.
I mean,
What
I'm
am I
sorry,
gonna do
Yuri. Do
with
you
a
have a
bunny in a
flyer?
backpack?
Where's your flyer, Yuri?
I will have an aneurysm. I swear to God. I'm gonna start
Hey,
smelling
Yuri.
I am simultaneously gonna have a stroke and an aneurysm.
A stroke and an aneurysm. That's impressive.
I'm gonna smell toast while blood leaks
Damn.
out of my eyes, dude.
Oh, you're okay. It's just a wanted poster, isn't it?
Except there isn't really a wanted poster for this particular person in practice.
Oh, I'm aware. It's
So,
just fucking funny.
that's where we end our session, is with a large, or in this case, huge undead breaking through the gates, having ripped apart the patrols outside, being followed by the undead horde close on its heels. As Creed, you would recognize it is the work of Hades once again trying to put caltrops in your wake. Or at least you believe it to be him, though as you only heard his name once from Max in passing. So,
Unicorn.
let's talk about the session, do a little breakdown before we all head out of here. So, Jenna, you were a bunny in a backpack most of the time. What were your favorite bits that you heard? Or were a part of?
The flyer. 100% the fucking flyer.
The flyer, yes.
Like just that whole interaction that Yuri / Cactus had coming through the gate. He thought he had it fucking made to get through here because he's a vampire. He has charm. And every time he turned around, no one would tell him where to go, and everyone wanted a fucking flyer, and it was making me laugh my ass off.
While she's talking, I also want to hear favorite moments from the chat.
Yeah, let's hear from the chat.
I'm done talking.
Yeah, let's hear from the chat. If you guys got anything in play for your favorite moments in any of our players' chats, if you're hanging out there, go ahead and post them, and we'll circle back to them before we close out for the night. Creed, I know you were kind of in and out as you were doing things. I tried to make you not in the spotlight tonight. So what were your favorite moments that you got to witness?
Oh, yeah, you're a witness.
You're breaking up a little bit there, Blackburn.
Oh dear.
No, my badge is not working. Alright. So, watching Cactus get kind of shot down every chance. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to do what I can.
Fair enough. That's why I decided to kind of let you take a back seat if you're willing today, because to make life easy for you, and also let some other players get tormented by my innate funny business that just kind of happens. Mr. Nameless, Mr. Rage, your favorite moments, sir, or if anyone in chat has anything they have put up.
I do not have anything yet in my chat.
All right, well then, what was your favorite times?
Man, I think I handled that fucking curse pretty well.
You did.
Thought the acting was kind of on point there.
It was on point.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna fucking hate it. As soon as it was Mandy, I was like, oh god, it's gonna be me. What the fuck is he gonna make me do? And then it was that, I was like, huh, alright. Well, let's do it. And then that whole planning that me and Rices just did on top of this roof I thought it was pretty dope. I mean, we were sitting there fucking DMing back and forth in Discord going, what are we gonna do? Well, so I missed the entire flyer thing as I'm sitting there talking to him.
Yeah, I missed it too.
Yeah, so we had like 3 plans and it depended all on like the questions that I asked you which one we were gonna do. So it was pretty great. Yeah, those were my two favorite parts by far.
What about the people that you had to go get your scope from?
I mean, I thought that was cool too. Like, if I had to pick a top two, though, that would be three.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, the interaction I thought was pretty cool too. It seemed pretty genuine between myself and you playing the various characters. It felt genuine. It seemed genuine. Like, I don't know, I'm starting to get a knack for this role playing stuff. Come a long way since day one.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can say it for anyone in here. It's that you guys have continually improved as you've gone, which is the whole point of it. You get experience in it, and you get put in all these weird situations. You're like, oh man, I figured out how to play this character in a weird way, and it works.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I like my Tabaxi character a lot more than I do my Aarakocra. And they're very similar, but the Tabaxi I think I can have a lot more fun with. But like,
That's fair.
me doing the meow while howling, I thought was fucking great. I thought about that as soon as like you told me that's what I was doing, and I'm like, oh, I gotta throw this in there somehow.
It was nice.
Yeah, but yeah, those are my two favorites by far.
Awesome. Nez, Mr. Stealth.
I mean, I really did enjoy the the flyers part. That was pretty funny. And as a side note that like never really got said, while Nameless was looking for a scope, I'm just sitting there kicking a rock going, why didn't he ask me?
Yeah.
Why didn't you ask the artificer? Oh,
Because my intelligence was terrible. I was small dum.
And I'm really intrigued about what Yuri can actually do since Ezekiel let us in. After that whole, it seemed like a shit show. We were about to die.
I can do that shit once. I can do that shit once per long rest. That's why I was like,
I was as good at time as any.
I was like, I really don't want to burn this if I don't fucking have to.
Well, it looks like you had to, because it's either gonna be that or they're just gonna shoot you.
Yeah, I was like,
end you real quick.
Sudden death.
Wasting my slot or possible immediate pain and dismemberment. I'm gonna burn the slot.
It's like,
And then, of course, we have Mr. Okros, Mr. Rexus, who, during the initial scene, didn't have much to do, but then you got to have your fun. So what were your favorite moments?
Yeah. I mean, how just freaking imagining the way my character would just be sitting there, just kind of wide-eyed, staring at the guy through the window as he peered out, looked right at me, and was like, "Oh, must have been the wind."
I was gonna be like, did you fart on him?
But I thought that was really, that situation was quite funny in my mind. And it was also very good that Rage decided to cast the Pass Without a Trace again, because that could have gone much differently.
Yes, it could have.
For a second, I thought I was going to have to rip somebody out the window and throw them off the wall.
That would have complicated things just a little bit.
So not to toot my own horn, I feel like I was on my game tonight with thinking outside the box.
You were on point. You were making things happen.
That means I'm not going to have any of those fucking moments for the next, 3 weeks.
You burned all of your brain cells right now. You're like, shit, the next 3 weeks you're going to be like, dumbass.
Hey, are we up a fate point?
Yeah, because I think someone rolled a D20. Or
I did, I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah. So you were up a fate point. Huzzah indeed. And then, Yuri, your favorite moments, Mr. Cactus?
I wonder if it was the fucking pamphlet.
The flyer you don't have, the flyer for the bounty that you were trying to collect that you don't have. That flyer.
That flyer. Bro, that flyer almost get like that shit was starting to piss me off, dude. I was getting physically angry. I was like, I'm gonna murder.
Because you were getting angry is the reason I kept pushing the bit. Because you were reacting in such a way, I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep pushing these fucking buttons. There are 3 captains in these floors. They're gonna ask them the same fucking question.
Every single fucking time, bro. I honestly contemplated. I was like, Yuri's about to genuinely have an aneurysm and start biting motherfuckers. Like,
Oh, that would have. Yeah.
And then, don't you love how they don't even know the fort that well? They gave you directions and it led you to a room with no doors on the roof.
yeah, I was like, man, it's your own goddamn fort.
It's not
Y'all some
their
sorry
fort.
ass
They took it. Doesn't mean they know the layout.
Y'all some sorry motherfuckers. You don't know your own fucking fort.
Yeah, they not exactly the smartest tools in the shit if you haven't noticed.
And yet, they want fucking flyers.
Listen, they are enjoying their record keeping. They have to make sure they're giving out the right amount of money to the right people. It is a process, and you will respect it. Anything else for your favorite moments?
Fuck their process. No, I'm good.
You're good. All right. So
before I have an actual aneurysm.
So tonight I knew was gonna be slow. The idea was that I was going to have you guys, if you went the first route, which is going to be trying to sneak in entirely, is that you're gonna have to deal with like the animated ballistas and then like sneaking into the fort and then trying to get through there, and that basically on every floor they're gonna have random guard paths that you would essentially have to navigate around and like do Metal Gear Solid shit, which is why they all have those vision cones. Unfortunately, you didn't go with that path. You went with a very strange and indirect path that I guess I should have guessed you were going to do. I just didn't think you were going to take Creed hostage and use him as a bargaining chip, or that he would agree with it. But regardless, here we are. But yeah,
like I said, man, when's the last time that your plans have actually happened? Just
like
saying.
a few times, but like this one was really off cuff, where I was like, oh, there's like 2 options. Like they're either going to attack her or they're going to try and sneak in. We're going to use Creed as a bargaining chip. Excuse? What?
Dude, when I heard you talk after that was Yuri's plan, or Cactus's plan, I was like, oh, he sounds defeated. I didn't bring attention to it, but I fucking heard it.
Yeah, I was just like, well, shit. Okay, fine. I guess we're doing this instead. Fucking Christ. But yeah, so I had a lot of fun. And this one was definitely a little bit slower, but I like the build-up. And then, of course, Monster at the end of your journey is always fun, because certain someone kept bringing up to light of like, what's our timeline? Are we going to be attacked soon? Yes. The answer is yes. Literally all the time.
I asked what the timeline was on the basis I was like, okay, maybe if there's tracks, then maybe we can wait for one of their supply convoys to come in, and then we can just attack the convoy and then get our way in that way. That was my thought. That was my brain bit power.
Well, if one thing that you should keep in mind is that if you're outside New Haven, you can be tracked by the deities, by the gods. The only places you can't be is inside New Haven because of the crystal you guys put up. If that helps you with your timeline question from now on, Mr. Cactus. But that's where we leave you as Okros is looking over the battlement as this monster and the zombies are coming in, and he's just like, "Heh."
So they're like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh. This is the not good time. This is the big oofs, if you will.
Yeah, but we can go loud now.
Yeah, you can. You can go loud. It just depends on how you want to do it. Do you want to try to attack all the scavs, or do you want to try and like just deal with the undead monster? Who's to say? But yeah, with past that, I got nothing else. We've wrapped it up real pretty. Join us tomorrow at the same time for Siege of Etheria, which I'm hoping we'll get through a session this week because I have things planned. And so I would like to do that, please. So, we're going to have fun with that tomorrow. We're going to raid out to some people. I currently got a few on the docket. I was looking at Zendif. I was looking at Tally as well. Is anyone else in here staying on?
Negative. Little Rage needs to do ice skating tomorrow, so I gotta go to bed.
All right.
No.
Nope. Rexus, are you staying on?
You're not sure what I'm switching to, but I do be staying on.
Alrighty.
Probably some Starfield if nobody else hops on to play something.
Well, we're gonna go watch Rexus be a nerd as he plays Starfield. Very good. But thank you all for joining here. Of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and follow these wonderful people that are in this game. And of course, check us out tomorrow for Siege of Etheria at the same bat time, same bat channel. And of course, make sure you drop a like or subscribe to the YouTube channel that has all the archived episodes. And of course, give me a follow so you can keep up to date with any of the D&D stuff. And the Discord links in the About section, along with the Insta, and along with everything else you could possibly need. So, until we see you all again, have a good one, have yourself a day, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye! Good night, everybody.